続くようなあの季節ずっと並ぶまだこの前を遮るものは何もない
アスファルト背にしぐれを反射して君という沈黙が聞こえなくなるこの日々が色あせる僕たちが君の匂いを知ってしまっても置き忘れてた永遠のサファリ今でも歯が澄んでいる今でも歯は澄んでいるどんな祈りも言葉でも近づけるのに届かなかったまるで静かなこの夢思わせたならそんな夢いろんな言葉がずっと喉の奥に咲かってるまた会える夢って不安になる中下がりちらつく風の季節は思わせるまだ何者でもなかった僕らの苦笑さ何もかも分かち合えたはずだったあの日から少しずつ君と違ったというのが伝っていく君の笑顔の裏見落としたことは急や見つかして花々と去って散っていく君にさよなら今でも歯が澄んでいる今でも歯は澄んでいるどんな祈りも言葉でも近づけるのに届かなかったまるで静かなこの夢思わせたならそんな夢いろんな言葉がずっと喉の奥に咲かってるまた会える夢って不安になる中無限にボイスは先のろしをつぶようにって隙間をこぼれた
いくつ涙を流したら Every heart 素直になれるだろう誰に思いを伝えたら Every heart 心満たされるのだろう長い長い夜に怯えていた遠い星に祈ってた巡る時の中だ僕たちは愛を探している強くなりたいから今日も高い空見上げているどんな笑顔に出会えたら Every heart 夢に踏み出せるの人は悲しみの向こうに Every heart 幸せ浮かべて眠るいつかい
ママ友に差し込まない君はまるで日陰に咲いた花のよ望んだはずじゃなかった場所に根を張らされて動けずにいるんだねそう時間消えた気持ち吐き出せば痛みも苦しみも全てを受け止めるよだから泣かないで笑っていて一輪の花今にも枯れてしまいそうな君の無邪気な姿がもう一度見たくて君の
Hallucinations? Oh my god, that is so cap.
時が来ても君のこと守り抜くから
Episode 19.
Yeah!
You don't want Mark Month. Your points were giving willingly. We were there for cupcakes. Obey or be timed.
Are you happy? We're doing the thing. Stop sending the video.
It was being sent a little bit.
It was being sent a lot of it.
It is what it is. We're here now. People were excited, which is understandable.
Triton A. Morris says, Sir, a third Captain Mac defense revisited has hit the ALX towers.
I think this is our second.
This is our second. There's a...
No, there's third. It was the Triggered. It was the Zaleros.
Oh, Zaleros. I forgot about him. That's where all Teddy started. Oh, look at that.
Thank you for the super, not super chat. Thank you for re-upping to the
low
bone.
for you or what? But
Hope.
Oh no, the chord. The chord's the problem.
Yeah. In the move, you might need a new one.
Well, I will
adjust as needed.
Yep.
Oh yeah, I can read that. I don't know if you can. Tenny is back on his demon time. When this video appeared in my recommended, I laughed evilly, knowing how everyone would be telling you to watch this.
Of course, because there is some indisputable things in there, and there is some things that are disputable, and I hope that they go more for the indisputable things.
Hey guy, revisited. No one understands Tanny and the genius of Tanny. We are so far away. I'm gonna stop reading Corey stuff. SMH, apparently Shinobu's swords aren't like others. Y'all are still in Detroit.
They're not
bums.
like us.
Yes, we're still in Detroit. Hello all. We're all bums at the end of the day. DA with the fedora is flames.
It is a very good look, and I'm very happy about it. That I've embraced my old man look. I just needed a cane.
What's up, bums? I'm not doing that for Corey.
Very good.
Corey, episode 19. A lot of 19 stuff. Hey bums, get ready for animation glazing.
Of course.
Cool Hair Man is back.
Big ups.
Yes, sir. BG, is there going to be a Because Reasons when Comey ends? Not when it ends. Again, we're nowhere near a Comey Revisited. We've got to do Harry Potter in either December or January, and then we got to do Naruto in like April-ish, and then we could talk about whatever we're doing after that. It's my demon time. Hey, DA and BG. This video is peak, not gonna lie. Sup, DA and BG. Third, sup, bums. Episode 19, yay.
Why is Corey a mod?
Another Matt counterclaim attempt. Hopefully this is better than the other two.
Hopefully, but
Always deep.
How many minutes into the video before he says episode 19?
Always deep.
hopefully they're a little more substantive. But I've always
6
said
minutes.
I'm gonna say not at all. But I hope that I always said this about these types of response videos. You're picking and choosing what you want to respond to, and that's just like. So, are we to assume that the things that you don't
Can't spell
respond
hope
to,
without Ho says. Naruto because reasons should be April 1st. So non-fans think it's a joke till they get 6 minutes in.
An actual video when people think we're doing some joke video would be very funny.
we have our plans for April, but the things that you don't respond to, we have to assume that you do agree with, or just don't have anything to counter it with. It's a lot easier. Like if we're watching a video live stream, we don't have anything to say about it, or we agree with it. We either say nothing or we agree with it outright.
Yep.
Like, yep, that is what it is. Good point, bad point, whatever. But them just skipping over it, you just go, okay, what about what about this thing that they said, or this thing that bolsters this thing that they said previously? I just don't like these types of videos, and it would be better spent doing, because Celtic Phoenix just did one on Oceanus's My Hero video about the Dark Deku arc.
Yeah.
And he goes through the entirety of the video. It's not a live stream, it's more just like a reactionary
What we do.
yeah. But I would prefer that a lot more than just going, hey, but what about this big point? You're debunking all these things, but you're ignoring things as well that don't necessarily help your point about Demon Slayer being good.
But at the same time, I can see people trying to dissect the main talking points and going, that should be enough evidence for you to understand that this video as a whole has some big issues. Like, if people are thinking a video is a 10 and you point out 5 big problems and like 20 points, you can go, hey, this video is like an 8 now or 7. It should in your mind look like that now.
But I don't think that's what this.
Oh yeah, definitely not.
I don't think that's not where this is going with this.
Anime onlys are going crazy for Iron Might versus All for One. Thank you for the super chat, Nami the Goat.
Yes.
Impossible.
Good for them. I'm happy for them to be doing things that they enjoy and laughing and having fun.
Did you see the Jujutsu Kaisen ending? No, I actually haven't.
I have.
I've heard words.
I
about it.
have.
I've heard very much words.
Woof.
Eric is very mad about it.
Oof.
Yo, DA looking like Walter. DA is like aging at double speed.
Hey, calm down. I'm an old man. I don't know what you're talking about.
I'm not gonna do Corey. Comey is getting very bold with Tylenol, and I'm all here for it. Nice retweet, BG. Thank you very much. My hair is it's both more blue and less blue than I thought it was gonna be. DA needed AI to take a good picture.
Calm down.
Naruto and Harry Potter are a crazy combo. Iron Might, how was the move to the new apartment? It's a new house, and it's still not done technically.
No, it is not.
But it was smoother than I thought it would be once we actually got it going. Hashtag Chris, hashtag Peanut Month. Also,
it's closer than ever, honestly.
Also, forewarning for the dude who made this video, because he's also a power scaler, and we know how those types of guys are when it comes to narrative understanding and media literacy.
Delicious.
All right, there's still a lot more. Sorry, we got to get into this video. What's up, not you? Gabo, Nami, Gaming, Invinrich, Virage?
It's my demon time.
I should extend that just a smidge for a loop. It's my demon time. It's my demon time. Worf, Gamer, Unknown XL, Carlo, Triton,
It's my demon time.
Dutch, Pizza Steak, Victory Greymon, Fighting Gimmick, Jay, Priscilla, good, just good. It's objectively good. Alfonso, Aries, hi. Already said not me to go. Already said that. I think we're almost caught up. Adrian.
It's objectively good.
It's objectively good. Master Jinx. Not you two, not you two, not you three. Get out of the chat. Blaze, thank you very much. C. Alright, let's get started. So, this is a video that was very much requested. Of a ton by people. And it's for unfortunately obvious reasons. I don't know the person's name though, but we are talking about how to not make a video essay. Demon Slayer is Extraordinarily Incompetent by
KadenMakesFilms.
Kaden?
Kaden's.
Kaden?
K-E-D-E-N makes films.
Let me see. Where? Yep. KadenMakesFilms. This is a response to the Captain.
Women's, I gotta get out of here.
Excuse me? What is the context for that?
This was a response to the Captain Mac video that they made like 8 months ago, the long form Demon Slayer video, and we've already done 2 responses to that video already.
Apparently,
but
It's my demon time.
it's mostly a good video with a handful of issues. Like they didn't understand a thing, they didn't read a thing.
Hey, where's this? How do they cut off the demon's head?
In the special steel or that type of thing. Yeah, there absolutely are some mistakes. You guys catching up on Kagurabachi? I will once I'm caught up in the things that I actually care about more. So I just caught up in Don Da Don.
You're boring.
And now
You're
I'm
fucking dull. You have nothing to say.
I'm almost caught up in Undead Unlock. And then there's like 2 more things I'm gonna catch up on before I start getting to that second, third tier of I can read this. You guys watched the first episode of Dragon Ball Diamond? No, absolutely not. Description boys.
I did. After many hours and many obstacles, I finally finished this video. This video was not a myth.
Unknown XL says,
There you go.
I am afraid of the women DA 2024.
Oh yeah, never forget. Never forget.
You absolutely forget.
I don't know if it was the most recent chapter, so I'm not gonna say
It's
what
my
I
demon
thought.
time.
But the ones that I did, the last one was there was a new girl looking for one of the people, and that was the last chapter I read. Akana Banashi is one of the 2 I need to catch up on, and I said I wanted to. Hi guys, this video is bad. Good luck. just bad. Good luck.
Excellent.
All right, that's all the description.
Yep, that is all the description.
And let's just get into it. Let's turn that down just a smidge.
You took your chance. You failed. You're done. It's over.
Hello everyone, welcome to a new series of mine, a review so to say. However, it is not a show, comic, or a movie that I will be discussing directly.
What were the correlations of those clips he used?
Potentially older videos that he did.
Rather, I am going to be deconstructing a video made by the creator Captain Mac and the points in their video that I consider to be less than favorable, if not just outright incorrect. As this creator claims not only in their video that Demon Slayer is incompetent, but also doubles down
Did you look in
in
the fucking mirror, you stupid muppet?
description and shorts regarding the poor quality of the show. And with the video having over 1 million views, surely these points will be the highest of quality. It will not be bad faith whatsoever.
Mind you,
I don't think there were bad faith. I think there were mistakes.
Obvious mistakes, yes. There were mistakes. I don't think anything in there that I can point to is bad faith at all.
I don't think every character needs to be written as a piece of shit to be engaging. You can write lovable characters that are still flawed. Say in plain terms that Rengoku is a terribly written character. Possible to have Rengoku exist and have his death be meaningful. One easy way would be to make Rengoku an asshole.
I'm gonna take that as a joke because they said that they're not gonna be in bad faith. I'm gonna take that as a joke, but he said that one of the ways that this could be done is to make him an a-hole, and that is a way that can be done. He did not, and he does not have to be an a-hole, but this is a way to do so.
Yeah.
Now, with this being the
I'm just gonna take that as a joke.
Video, I want to set some ground rules before we continue. First, I will only be using content shown in the anime and the original manga run, as those are the critiques he is making towards the series. Using things such as guidebooks, spin-off mangas, and novels, or any third-party material will not be used as an argument in this video. The reason being is because if you have to justify your series being good or bad
Episode
via
19.
using outside material rather than what was written in the original story, I do not believe you are truly defending the series at that point. Also, that you would expect the reader to read all of these guidebooks and outside material. That being said, it will mostly just be something to note. It's not an actual argument as to why the series is better or worse. Second, this video is not meant to attack the creator personally. This video is just a means to get to what I do not like about a lot of these online video essays.
Title crawl tells us that there are heroes on both sides.
I have a big issue with you comparing Captain Mac to Cosmonaut Variety Hour. That is a big problem.
Cosmo is really bad.
He's really bad. And Captain Mac, with his mistakes, is nowhere near as bad. There's no comparison. Outside of the comparison of purely and simply, they are both online media analysis. Analysts. But that's not enough to be like, I have a problem with these types of people. Cosmo.
Evil is everywhere. What the fuck does that mean? I'm supposed to see him killing Dooku.
No, what does that mean? Evil is everywhere. So why isn't the Jedi taking care of it?
And on top of that, there's heroes on both sides. Who's a hero of the
Dutch
Sith?
says, remember Cosmo tried to big up theory.
Dude, he sucks.
And this is another one of those. I am simply
theory sucks too.
I'm presenting the argument, and that's all I'm doing. It's bad. Listen to this. Oh, what is this? It's like, no. Explain why it's bad. This is already it's a good beginning of just like, I'm not gonna use outside materials, don't attack them, blah blah blah, whatever. But this just simply, hey, look at this. This is bad points. Nah, kill this. And if this is what you're gonna be doing in this video, it's not gonna be a good look.
But based on everything we've seen in the series so far, there's nothing wrong with him killing Dooku.
Cosmo, Lily Orchard is the Sith hero. Come on.
That people will just blindly follow because of agenda or due to high production value.
Agenda? What would be the agenda in the prequels?
The people will follow the opinion of the analysts based on agenda.
Yeah, no. What is the agenda for
prequel bad?
Okay, but surely he had a bigger argument other than, Dooku should have just died. There had to be something else other than that.
I don't know. I would. It's Cosmo. I'm not watching that.
And well,
because you could make the argument of there's nothing wrong with killing this dude because he is rivaling yourself and Obi-Wan Kenobi at the same time. And I think he went up against Yoda for a second, if I'm not mistaken. So that's a big thing of just like, okay, so just throw him in jail and just hope that everything is cool. No, the argument could be made. I don't know what Cosmo argument is. I don't remember too much about the other ones, but I don't think that that's just a bad point that you just present and you just go, we're moving on.
Similar arguments towards other media.
Anakin killing an unarmed man isn't bad. Is that what he was saying?
Creating
I'm not gonna watch it.
Very unfair way to view these series. So with that being said, all I ask is for you to listen to mine and his arguments and then come to a conclusion, rather than just agreeing with either one, depending on how much you love or hate you have towards this series. Finally, I will be showing clips of his video to the points I disagree with. I will try to provide as much context as possible without straight ripping his video to keep this video series under double the length of his. I recommend watching his video first.
If that's what it has to be, then have it be like that. Don't... If you got all the points, make all the points that you need to make and have them there instead of just having people go in the comments, hey, what about this? Hey, you got this wrong. Hey, you misrepresented this person in this way.
And
have
on
your
top
argument.
of that, if you're going to be critiquing, commenting on a thing, rip the video. Like, it is what it is. It's different from a lot of like react stuff where people go, haha, or, you know, that was pretty interesting, or they'll say like 5 sentences every 2 to 3 minutes. It's different from that. If you got things
Nami
to
the Goat
say about
says,
what's happening, say it.
NGL, this guy is already better than Triggered.
Oh, for sure.
But no arguments yet.
The arguments themselves are his viewpoint, the where he's coming from is way better.
Dooku was already unarmed, literally. Yeah, but they force arm. They can just make that and just go, oh, he's got a force lightning arm, and now he's double the strength because of his hatred and his pain. Okay, good.
You want the entire context to his points if you feel like I'm taking his video out of context. So with that being said, let's start the video.
If you're not for a way to make Nezuko human again. So it is okay to kill demons, but only the demons that aren't his sister. There's zero chance that any other demon is morally ambiguous. No, this will not be a plot point.
There is already a lot to unpack here in this short clip. First, he makes it seem that Nezuko is like the only demon that is not allowed to be killed. That everybody in the Demon Slayer Corps just accepted her right from the get-go.
No, he's talking about Tanjiro. And they eventually did accept her, and they never tried to accept any other demon.
There is no other conversation about what if this demon is also good. We've seen Nezuko have to fight her impulses to eat people in the entertainment district. So you see another demon eating somebody and just go, okay, we need to pull them back, try to make them fight those instincts like we did Nezuko. But there's never that argument. There's never that discussion. There's never anything about that. It is just for Nezuko here.
Yeah, we don't see like a super sad demon huddled in a corner having to eat flesh to survive or something and trying to find a better way.
We don't see like
Tamio was never allowed in.
We don't see a Yu Yu Hakusho where it's just like, I'm not gonna eat any humans at all, and they're just sitting there suffering. We don't see that, and that's what the issue is. There's no conversation about what is a demon. How do they want to do this? You obviously have those super evil demons that are like, mwahaha.
Yeah, I want to kill. I want to be stronger. Blah blah blah.
But Tamayo got over it. Little Simp Demon got over it.
Little Simp Demon was never it, I don't think.
So and so we just have to be like, these are the good ones, and all other ones are the bad ones.
Over the centuries of this conflict, there have been 3 demons that aren't monsters, and they're all here right now.
First point's already misrepresented. That was all because of Orochidaki's fail to not kill humans. That was that, but there was also her not doing it in front of Tanjiro before.
But there's also, Tanjiro doesn't even give that mercy. Yeah, Tanjiro's never like, hey, what's going on with this demon or stuff. It's just, you're doing a bad, I have to kill you.
Go time.
Even though, categorically, Nezuko tried to do a bad to him in the beginning, and he still protected her because he knew who she was, even though she was no longer that thing and never became that thing again.
Couldn't be further from the truth. As characters like you were just going to kill her straight from the get-go, Oro Kodaki even...
Ooh. It's a dumb name. It's a hard name to pronounce.
They say it so many times.
I understand.
Now, if this is a pure manga boy and he's just going, I'm using anime clips, I will grant him the grace. Because it is a weird name, and if you don't hear it a lot, you're not gonna Kurododaki.
We're just going to kill her straight from the get-go. Oro Kodaki, even with a letter from Giyu, is still very cautious about how Nezuko will act, and if
it is indeed demon time.
In fact, demon time.
Judge says,
Kodaki.
yet another demon slayer doesn't name the author.
I'll get another demon. Yeah.
You ever kill
Isaiah, come on now.
Yeah, we've talked about this. Thank you for the super
Nothing
chat.
has changed.
Yeah, thank you for the super chat, but we've talked about this.
somebody, then Tanjiro would have to kill his own sister and take his own life. Later on in the series, Shinobu and Kanao straight up try to kill Nezuko.
He has to be a manga boy.
Because they don't know the situation. They are purely, this is a demon, so kill.
Yes.
That's what the issue is. There is no conversation about this.
Even after they learn about this demon that will not kill, there's still no conversation. There's still no demon in the future where
There's
they go.
no demon in the past where they have a reference with the future site dude, just like, oh, this has happened before. Not all demons are bad. Maybe we can learn from them. No, there's no from the past, present,
There's not
or
even
future.
like a Hashira that sees what happens with Nezuko, thinks back to a demon they killed that acted very much like she did.
Yes, and then just go, dang, did I do it bad? There's nothing like that. This is purely and simply, we see a demon and we kill them. Oh, there's nice demons? Okay, whatever, but we're still gonna do it and not kill that one until she get a little uppity, and then we're gonna kill her because she is a demon.
And that causes Tanjiro to be arrested for a treacherous act, as demon slayers are not allowed to work with demons. A crime punishable by death.
Why not? Because there's never been a situation like this before.
As far as we know.
As far as we know, as far as they know. So they are purely just like, demons cannot be reasoned with. We've never tried to because it's against the rules, so just kill them. That's what the issue is. This is a once in a million, trillion, bazillion time chance, and it's just happening. And we just have to go like, okay, cool. And there's no discussion about this whatsoever.
For 1,000 years, by the way.
1,000!
Till Giyu, Urokodaki, and Tanjiro had to basically stake their lives on the line for Kaguya to believe them. Even then, it still took a brutal test from Sanemi for the Hashira.
What point is he going up against here?
We accept it, and it's just never going to be a plot point in the future.
It's never going to be a plot point in the future. Yeah, this is the problem. The problem is that this is happening here.
So let's hear exactly what Captain Max said. We're at 38, 3:58.
Basically 4 minutes.
Yeah.
Sister.
Objectively,
And they're
First, if you
man
want the
is
entire
shadow
context to
boxing.
his points, if you feel like I'm taking his video out of context. So with that being said, let's start the video.
for a way to make Nezuko human again. So it is okay to kill demons, but only the demons that aren't his sister. There's zero chance that any other demon is morally ambiguous. No, this will not be a plot point.
There's zero chance that there's any other demon that's morally ambiguous, and then you start referencing the Nezuko being good.
The whole thing is, what I think he's trying to counter is that first part of the point where he goes, it's okay to kill every other demon that's not his sister. So he's going, but they did try to kill his sister.
It's a whole sentence, that whole half of the other sentence that's being missing there.
And on top of that, yes, they tried to kill his sister until that test, and then they went, I guess we
as
won't try to
Aldonic
kill
says,
her. And
I
then,
hate every moment with Nezuko having to prove her humanity because of Yorokodaki's brainwashing everything shows nothing.
which again, just brushed over what that means.
He's never done that to another demon. Oh, and also sleeping heals her instead of food.
But here's the thing. Yes, they did try to kill her until the moment they said, we're not trying to kill her anymore. And they go, well, okay, I guess we're not gonna try to kill this demon anymore.
Her
but
in particular,
but we can still kill every other demon. We will never question those other demons.
We have empirical evidence that a demon can hold back their urges.
Yes.
Here and now.
We will never do anything with this.
We will never do anything with this.
To just let her be. They still did not trust her fully, shown by how characters like Kyojuro Rengoku view her at the start of the Mugen Train arc. Where even though Kyojuro let...
And then at the end of the Mugen Train, he's like, I'm sorry, I was like that with your sister, Tanjiro. I saw her protect people.
it be, he still didn't truly accept Nezuko at that point. Now for his second point about there being a 0% chance of any demon being morally ambiguous outside of Nezuko, which I assume he means just not straight up evil, that is also untrue, as Tamayo and Yushiro exist.
That is the only other exceptions! Obviously he's talking about them, but there's no discussion about them because they're hiding, because they're just like, the Demon Slayers will just kill us!
Dude, he's literally saying there's not going to be a plot point where it's not okay to kill demons in the future because of the potential moral ambiguity of the demon. And you're going, yes, there are morally ambiguous
No
demons
decency, no
over
respect,
there.
No common sense, no fucking maturity.
That's not the point
Yeah, this
he's
is not the
making.
point.
You've broken down two separate arguments,
Yes.
and you've broken down the arguments in a way that doesn't really speak to the argument as a whole. The
They
argument,
can be debunked separately, but not together.
yes.
Nobody's
what's up,
listening
Marlon?
to you, you
It
cuck.
is one big argument, and you've broken down this point where they just go, well, they didn't trust them, and there's also these other demons that
Captain Mac's entire point was, it's okay to kill other demons that's not his sister because there's not going to be any more morally ambiguous demons out there. No, this will never be a plot point again. And then you're going, well, they did try to kill the sister, and there are other
But see, that's the thing.
moral
You know, that's-
ambiguous
see, like
demons.
I said, also, keep in mind, also,
You have to understand.
Yeah, it's crazy. This is 1 point separated by a comma, not two separate points.
However, they worked outside of the confines of the Demon Slayer Corps, as they were afraid that the Demon Slayer Corps would try and kill them.
Yes, that's the point. That's the point. The Demon Slayer Corps are simply just demon kill, and they're like, we can't even help them, even though we don't eat humans. And there's no discussion about this even after Tanjiro knows that she exists. Tanjiro knows that now the Demon Slayers are accepting a good demon. He doesn't broach like, hey, yo, there's two over there that hand off.
Okay, where's the
At
evidence?
the end,
Present evidence of what you're saying.
Shinobu takes like the poison from her, like works with her for poison for that, and that's about it.
For obvious reasons, as they are demons. They only trusted Tanjiro because he didn't try to straight up
What do they write about, Triton?
kill a human that was just turned into a demon and was trying to find a way to save this person outside of killing them.
Why? Why was he trying to save that person?
Yes.
it's okay to be confused.
Simply for this to happen.
Because what's the difference of trying to save that demon and trying to save your rank and file demons that he killed in the forest when he was doing his training?
The best that you can say is the people don't know about demons. So it just seems like this dude is going crazy and I've just cut this man's head off. So I got to pull him off and do it in the shadows.
And yes, this becomes an
I don't think they did anything, Triton. I don't think they did what Captain Mac was having an issue with.
insanely big plot point, as Tamayo and Yushiro are some of the most important characters in the final arcs of Demon Slayer. If not for them, the main character and the Hashira would have not have been able to defeat Muzan Kibutsuji. Now, the reason why demons are so evil on average is because Muzan's blood is inherently corrupting, to the point where when you get more...
Then why are there demons that don't? Why is Nezuko and Tamayo not this? I don't think there's ever...
powerful, you tend to lose more of your memories.
That
So
makes
do you
no
get
sense.
memories as soon as you turn into a demon? Like that demon that did not get Muzan's blood. He just got scratched on the neck. Maybe he had blood on his neck. And then
Even then, his memory should still be
yeah,
there.
they should, because he's a pretty weak demon that Tanjiro could just hold back. So why doesn't he have his human memories as a weak, freshly turned demon?
Why didn't Nezuko? Why did she need to be restrained and then it took a little bit of time because she did try to attack Tanjiro?
The only demons that do not act like this had to break his curse, whether that be in a case like Tamayo, where due to Yorichi heavily weakening
No, it's
Musa-
not a case like Tamayo. It is the case.
that be in a case like Tamayo, where due to Yorichi heavily weakening Muzan allowed her to break the curse, or...
But what about all those other people? And why did the curse never come
MFK
back?
says, remember guys, Nezuko is special and she can withstand the sun, and Tamayo and Simp Demon aren't special despite being unharmed demons.
So was it that she saw it happen or something? Because if this is the case, every demon in the world should be temporarily relieved of it if he's weakened.
And you sitting there telling me that there was only her because she was the only demon.
Because if you're getting stronger, I have to assume that's the Muzan demon blood getting stronger within you and kind of overtaking who you were as a person. Then the opposite should be true. If the blood weakens, then you should start getting relieved and get those memories back and that feeling back. But it didn't happen for anybody else but her.
That we know of.
That would speak to her being the only demon there at the time of when he got cut and weakened.
And how exactly Muzan has given you his blood. It is now in your system. How is him being weakening his blood outside of his body? If that was the case, why are demons of different strength levels? If his blood indicates that it can get... Is it the control aspect that... Because the hold over her got weaker when Muzan got weaker. So if Muzan... I don't understand. If that is just you get the blood and then that's all...
It would
you get more control. Muzan gets more control if he's stronger, but if he's weaker, he gets less control, and there's nothing else.
It somehow has to be that both the blood is sentient, so it is still a part of Muzan, but it's also kind of autonomous because it can grow stronger outside of anything Muzan's doing, outside of Muzan himself growing stronger.
It makes no sense. And this is just another one of those things that just seems like, well, this needed to happen, so he got weaker, so his blood... the girl was relieved to be temporarily free of Muzan's control due to his weakened state.
For obvious reasons.
In a case like Nezuko, who felt such strong love for her brother and a need to protect...
But she tried to kill him when she first came alive!
So I guess the dude that was walking around didn't feel such a great
Fighting
love
Gimmick
for whoever
says,
he was with.
the main issue here of this is time investment of not making any central plot points of demons being freed or attempting to be freed of control.
That's what this is. He's looking at Nezuko, Tamayo, and Simp Demon and just going, well, there's your evidence. There is a plot point around them. It's like, no, there is nothing about trying to free them, using their blood arts to help, tracking Muzan, anything. It is just demons are bad. These demons are good. These are the good ones over here. And all other ones cut off head, no matter what.
That she refused to kill him and thus broke the curse. Or in a case like where Tamayo will turn people...
She didn't break the curse because she was...
She still
in the entertainment district arc.
She still feeds for blood.
Yes, so the curse is not broken.
Even when the Hashira dripped his blood, she was like, "Ugh."
Yeah, she wanted to do that there. Even he's got super special blood. Don't forget about that.
And thus broke the curse. Or in a case...
To this point, you know that none of Tamayo and Nezuko's effort has removed his curse?
No, it didn't.
What part?
No, it didn't.
The only thing that you could say is curse would be like mind control, like savagery. They remove their savage nature, their inherent savage nature, because they still need to drink blood. Yeah. They still need that.
She needs to regain energy, and she does by sleeping. So does that mean that... No, I was about to say, does that mean that anybody that breaks the curse can regain the energy by sleeping? But no, but Tamayo needs that little bit of blood. She said that. So, what do you think this means?
And this is a lot of Demon Slayer. They just told us, hey,
Yeah.
the efforts remove the curse. But what does that mean?
And how wouldn't he know? And does he? So
Yeah,
he would
is
have
the
to
blood
know.
sentient or not? Because no, he would have to know because once Nezuko walked in the sun, he felt it, and he went, "I gotta go eat her because then I can walk in the sun." So he would have to know they broke it.
And there's also the fact of like Ball Girl, where she was just like, oh, she was about to spill a Muzan secret, and then the hand popped up and killed her.
That feels more like a curse.
Yeah. So what exactly
Yabo
is?
DGMR says, why is Nezuko the exception from the rest though? This has just been a lingering question that will never be answered.
Sun breathing.
There was a plant once that they made tea out of, I think.
Stop thinking and retweet episode 19. She's the chosen one. Obvious answer.
It's like where Tamayo will turn people into demons to save their life. However, since it is her that is doing it and has been studying Muzan's blood for hundreds of years, she knows a way to not make them violent like most demons.
Pause. Okay, so she's turning people into demons. Where are those demons? How are they being sustained? Why are we not talking about them? She's found a way to do so because she's been studying Muzan's blood. How exactly has she been studying Muzan's blood? She doesn't have Muzan's blood. Muzan's not out there bleeding. Is she getting that blood from other demons and just going, I can extract Muzan's blood from these moths? Because her whole thing was just like, hey, bring me upper moons and other demons for me to study. So what is she studying? What is she doing to get that information? And how is she using it? In what way is she using it?
And why is no one else using this? I would assume that a simp demon is the only known conversion. Yes, that's what I thought.
Yeah,
as far as the dude that was freshly turned, she said something like, we alleviate his L's or something like that.
But no, it's nothing but L's.
But it wasn't like they reconverted him to human, deconverted him from demon.
With a special kind of sword. What makes
we're done with that.
Yeah.
So
this was the obvious wrong thing. And we could probably just kind of strewn through this.
We've got one sentence that Captain Mac argued. Nothing before, nothing after. And he just went, well, here are the 2 points that I'm going to disprove and then move on. It's not a point that demon slayers will ever feel anything for other demons. Yes, there is. There's these 2 other demons moving on. No, it's a grander point than that. It is a not a drop plot point. It is a missed opportunity to have good demons on the Demon Slayer Corps. And there's never a conversation from the Hashira because they are just forbidden to talk about them. Even though the future man was just like, oh, Rokodaki said it was cool. So maybe there are good demons out there. Keep an eye out for them. Yeah. You guys are so good that you won't be taken. You won't be killed. You guys look for the good demons. I'm not going to tell you the rank and file third from the top ranked muffs. You guys won't be done up by some normal demon. So you guys look out for.
Or even the second or third from the tops where they would have that thing. And then when the people we know rank up, they're like, okay, we're going to take you to the demons where they aren't savage and stuff like that.
Also, other demons can convert humans. Mulan is not the only requirement to make a new demon. Yeah, but I don't know how much of the manga. Maybe they did finish it. I hope that they would finish it in order to talk about this video. But it does, yeah. Because
are we listening to this point?
I say yeah, because it's a good way to figure out how he debunks a clearly wrong point. Now that we've got a debunk of a.
This sword's special, and why can it kill demons? Well, these swords are made from metal mined out of a volcano, which has the power of the sun contained in the earth, and I'm just fucking with you, there's no reason. It's never gonna be explained, so just don't question it.
Let me fix you some of this new...
Fucking with you, there's no reason. It's never gonna be explained, so just don't question it.
What the hell are you talking about? Who are you talking to?
I am aware that on this point you admitted that you were wrong. However, with the slightest bit of research, you could have found out that the ore that these swords are made from are from a mountain that constantly absorbs sunlight all year round. Or you could have just checked the clip that was in your own video, which explains how they are made and why they are effective against demons.
キリン島の原料は太陽に一番近い山で取れる晶状被砂鉄と晶状非鉱石それで日の光を吸収
Oh,
where are we?
There are too many memes like this. Do your point and move on.
I honestly think, he doesn't know how to keep the audience engaged without a lot of stuff they recognize as kind of being flown in their face.
Did I pick the wrong hand?
Hey, you were wrong. Here's smiling friends.
Because they did the meme of, oh, here's this thing, and then they went into Jim Carrey. It's like, come on.
Oh, we were right there, man.
Urokodaki to thank Sabito and Makomo for their help.
There's no way! There's no way we're getting
an hour-long video. This video is ass.
3 mistakes in an hour-long video. This video is ass.
We're getting ghosts. We're getting government. Hey, yo! Ghosts! So this is quite the sandwich of, what are you talking about with this first point? Yes, he is clearly wrong with this second point. And now, let me open up my cheeks and shart all over this to try to excuse this ghost thing. There's no reason why Urokodaki wouldn't talk to this mom about this. Why Tanjiro wouldn't talk to Urokodaki about this. No reason. Don't have it in the video.
Urokodaki then questions how Tanjiro can know the names of his dead student. You have noticed me reiterating that 6-month timeline kind of a lot. That's because I have a real fucking problem with this plot point. Tanjiro was living in Urokodaki's house this entire time. Do you really expect me to believe that over the course of 6 fucking months, it never came up in conversation that Tanjiro was training with Urokodaki's deceased students? It's absurdly convenient to say the least.
So I'm not sure if this will convince you, Captain Mac, but at least just hear me out real quick.
Pause. Okay, no, your hand. Hear me out. It wasn't you remember, look back at what his last point is, and that's exactly why I wanted to keep that point in. Listen to how smug he is with all the arrows, and look at the manga.
Not even that. You could have did the first point where he's just like, here's some manga panels, here's how.
But here, now hear me out. Let me cook before you cook me, alright? Okay, look, hear me out. No, let the point, and it should be a sign of maturity to be like,
you don't. That's like I said. Also, keep in mind. Also,
it's just to hold your hands up and be like, yes, that is bad. Can you just show Captain Mac admitting in his comments, I forgot about this with this cooking voice. I forgot about this thing, and he admitted that. I am going to try to excuse this because it is factually not in the manga what's going on here. So everything that you're about to say is going to be in your own headcanon in order to make this make sense. And this is not, anybody can make anything make sense. What's not in the manga it's not in the manga, so it does not make sense on the page. In your mind, it can make sense, but on the page, it cannot make sense because it's not there.
These two were not on good speaking terms, not saying.
Okay.
That's crazy.
No. Uroki Doki was not on good speaking terms with Tanjiro because he didn't want him to.
That is so cap.
He didn't want Tanjiro to pass it. But Tanjiro, he felt no ill intentions against Urokodaki. He sat there. So Urokodaki is letting him live there. He's feeding him. He's eating with him.
And there will be no conversation.
And there is no conversation about...
I take back saying he is better than Triggered. The flow of his video is terrible.
He's better than Triggered in some ways and worse in some ways. But you just have to sit there and accept that they do not talk about the task that Urokodaki set Tanjiro on for 6 months. Tanjiro does not talk about it. Urokodaki does not talk about it. There is no conversation. One single sentence of how's it going or I almost did it. I almost did it today. And Urokodaki just goes, And that's it. And Tanjiro does not... If we got that, that would speak
My
more
sources
into
that I
they're
made
not
it the
talking
fuck
about
up.
it because Orokodaki doesn't want to engage with it, because if he talks about it enough, he might give some hints, which would make Tanjiro pass, which is not what he wanted. If we had gotten that despondent conversation for 3 or 4 scenes, that would speak to Tanjiro just going, I ain't even gonna bring it up anymore because he ain't talking to me.
Or even if there were other conversations, it's like, hey, I saw some wildflowers out there, they were pretty, and they had an actual conversation about that type of stuff, and then he went, so with the rock, and Orokodaki shut down, just like, whatever. Tanjiro would eventually just stop talking about the thing. But no!
Does Oro believe in ghosts?
And so they're on bad terms, but they're on good enough terms where he'll send Tanjiro will leave with a smile, waving back like thanks for everything. All right, thanks to kids too.
When he did cut the rock, when he did come back from the test, he hugged him and was like, "Hey yo, I was about to kill your sister, but you back. Cool. Don't go in there for a while."
All right, see you tomorrow, and then we'll actually have a conversation when I see you off. Oro Ducky.
Oro Shucky Ducky.
Saying that they hated each other, but these two didn't talk that often. As you can see,
we have no evidence that they didn't talk often.
Mm-hmm.
You showed a clip of them eating together.
Yeah.
Eating, naturally conversation happens.
Has to.
But like I said,
every day eating together, practically every day eating together for 6 months, you mean to tell me they didn't say 50 words to each other?
About the task that Tanjiro is on. There is a sleeping demon there. Tanjiro's goal is to turn that girl back into a human, and in order to do that, he needs to be a demon slayer, and in order to do that, he needs to cut the rock. And Tanjiro's not talking about it. Orokodaki is not engaging with this. There's nothing but headcanon here. Stop that. Hold your hands up and eat it.
Mail you a spoon.
Even when Orokoraki would speak to Tanjiro, it was usually very blunt and very straight to the point. He wasn't the type to just talk about how Tanjiro's day was going. And right before the boulder,
when he cut the
Zaldonic
boulder,
says, or at least a question from Tanjiro. Are you telling me Tanjiro wasn't at all curious where those two were going after he
no, not
finished
at
training that day?
all. Tanjiro just goes, Orokodaki never taught me anything again. But there's these 2 months in the woods that knows all of Orokodaki's moves, who were taught by Orokodaki, and he's never gonna mention him. It makes no sense. But he goes that he's very blunt about the things that he talked about Tanjiro about. But he goes, after he cuts the rock, he goes, the reason why I didn't do that was because I didn't want you in the muffin thing. When Tanjiro didn't cut off the head of that demon that was on the tree, he recognizes Tanjiro is he's a nice boy cuck. So even if he's blunt, he still recognizes humans' feelings and emotions such that he could just go, I see what's happening here.
Orokoraki lets Tanjiro know that he is basically on his own at this point moving forward. And with Orokoraki in character, not
you said that
every single time it's been something different.
Wanting Tanjiro to be able to split the boulder because he didn't want another child to die at final selection due to the hand demon.
He sounds like f***ing Synthetic Man.
Oh no, run it back.
Didn't want another child to die at final selection.
Obvious reasons. They didn't talk about the ghost spirit for obvious reasons.
Didn't want another child to die at final selection due to the hand demon. I think it is very plausible that these two rarely spoke to each other.
I think it's very plausible.
That's crazy.
It's nuts.
That is pure headcanon. That is just your belief. That's just your assumption.
Yeah, and we just do not accept that here. You
show the manga panels, because that's what you've been doing. Otherwise, just go, yeah, I guess.
Because all we can do is just go, well, it makes no sense for this to happen. Blah, blah, blah. We can only headcanon off at each other.
Sources that I made it the fuck
Point
up.
one is a headcanon.
For obvious reasons.
And we can only
She says,
combat that with
"In all the
another
ghosts are
headcanon.
iconic and thematic. Tanny, it's my demon time. Tanny, it's my episode 19.
It's my episode 19.
So that's all that we can do. Don't use headcanon to excuse this by going, hear me out. They just ain't talked for 6 months. Tanjiro, this super nice dude who's super driven in trying to get his sister back and is not making any progress. He's not asking for advice. They're not talking about it. He's not going, hey, I almost did this, that. Nothing. We just have to accept that.
I'm one step closer to saving my sister.
Nothing. We just have to accept that. And that is my point against you, Captain Mac. Factually, Orokodaki does not know about the ghost children. Why doesn't he know? There's no reason why he doesn't know. Point blank period. That is bad. Moving on. No. Here's this reason. They might not have just talked to each other because Orokodaki's just a little bit of a cunt. Okay, whatever, I guess.
Guys, hear me out, headcanon.
You know what I'm saying? And listen, like I said, that smug arrow stuff is just like, it's in the manga. Okay, so he combos it's in the manga quite clearly into, well, if you look at it like this, they wouldn't want to talk to each other, so I guess they just didn't talk to each other for 6 months. Go live with somebody for 6 months and don't talk to them. Try that out.
While eating dinner.
For a week.
While eating dinner.
While eating dinner. Try that for a week. And just like, okay, I guess I'm never talking to this person again, or you're gonna try to cut that awkwardness. It's so dumb to just be like, hey, yo, no, they just didn't talk because I said they didn't.
Over those 6 months. And using the scene of them eating dinner together in the background of your videos, I feel a
Triton A.
little...
Morris says, it's in the manga. True combo into, it's not in the manga.
Just frame trapped into, it's all up here, baby.
See, you were so wrong. Look at all these things that prove that you're wrong. But I think for this point that perhaps...
sense that these are 3 people that helped Tanjiro daily for 6 months, who Tanjiro assumes he already knows about, and for some reason he never brings them up for 6 months. They are his students. They are Orokodaki students. Tanjiro never goes, hey, do you want to come back with us? Tanjiro never goes, hey, tell me about Orokodaki. He never talks about Orokodaki to them.
He doesn't see them in the cabin. Where do y'all sleep?
There's nothing, and we all...
So he doesn't even talk to them!
And we flat have to just accept this. We have to make our own headcanon to disprove things that are factually not in the manga. Okay, good.
Them eating dinner together in the background of your videos, I feel a little unfair, as that scene was meant to be a celebration for Tanjiro being able to split the boulder.
No, it shows that they are in communication with each other. He is living with them. So, again, if he had just gone, I didn't see him for 6 months.
Yeah,
I
slept outside.
He left me notes of just going, lock up before you come back or whatever. I just flat out didn't see him. That's fine. But there's no universe where it shows that they did not talk. You just have to assume that they didn't talk. And I can easily just assume that they did talk and they just didn't talk. But you know what we do have? In the manga, they did not talk. And we just have to make assumptions about why they didn't. It's bad, point blank, period, why they didn't talk. And now we have to make headcanons as to why they did or why they didn't talk. But point blank, frame one, it's bad that they didn't talk. Make up whatever you want to make this good or bad or worse or whatever. They did not talk.
Genya is on bad terms with Tanny, yet he still talks to the guy. Zenitsu knew Tanny was carrying around a demon. They still talk. Inosuke was bullying Tanjiro, and they still talk during dinner and hanging out. Zero conversation for 6 months is absolutely wild.
Zero.
Unless Tanjiro is just sleeping out in the woods.
him to relax before his life is filled with even harder stuff than the training he had to go through. So at least for me, I think it was...
Demon Slayer fans when they have to defend their trash-ass series.
Headcanon time.
Hey, it makes sense that... Okay, thanks.
than the training he had to go through. So at least for me, I think it was completely plausible for...
Yes, anything
is plausible.
It's plausible that Tanjiro's the reincarnation of the first dude.
It is plausible.
Based on the ability to quickly grasp concepts like sun breathing and get new abilities and unlock it in others. It's plausible.
Mm-hmm. It's plausible to me. So that means, Captain Mac, you are wrong.
And
whoops.
You're also right because it's plausible to you.
That's crazy.
What? This is unbelievable. This is non-bars.
Do not have this point.
Yeah, period.
Address things that you can address factually and objectively. That the Nichiren or thing, it was in the manga. Address that.
And even the first point, even if it's your interpretation of the fact, you still presented actual facts to that thing to back up your claims. This is pure, I believe.
And that's fine if you believe that. That's fine if you make it better for yourself. But don't say that Captain Mac is wrong. Because this is how do you not make this is how you don't make a video essay. By stating facts that this is not in the manga about why he doesn't know about the ghost. Well, I think, no, you're done.
You're done.
Them not to talk about stuff, especially regarding Tanjiro's training, which Oda Karaki would not help with at all.
Not to mention that their involvement in the story not only establishes that ghosts are real, but also that they can have a tangible effect on the world.
Bring it! Bring what? The actual, can you skip over it?
All the ghosts should have just went away.
You never ever told Yuro about the armed demon? That's just bad. Yuro would have to kill that demon for good if he wanted to.
Yeah, why didn't he?
For obvious reasons.
Why didn't Giyu just go, hey, there's this armed demon targeting us specifically?
Maybe Giyu.
There's this huge...
Giyu never encountered him, or...
No, that's where, Sabito died.
Oh, yeah.
Because they were friends.
It's objectively good.
Why didn't he just...
Or was it after that fact that the hand demon started targeting them? Because he did say, you remind me of those. And,
but this...
Oh, wait, no. But Orokodaki put him in there, so...
50 years ago.
All right, maybe it's plausible the hand demon never exposited his motivation to him and just killed them.
But as soon as Tanjiro rocks up, he just goes, the mask! I did that. You remember? Oh, yeah, you weren't here, but I did it. And to these two particular people.
That you just met. Not mentioning the 10 others that go
disappeared when the ghost... Why did they disappear when Hand Demon died?
Because they've been freed.
They were tethered to this world?
Absolutely. They had regret.
And they didn't help Tanjiro?
That's how the ghosts in Demon Slayer work.
It's plausible.
It's plausible. Prove me wrong. It's my demon time.
Orokodaki has the 3-student mask in his house, but Tanjiro never wondered why he never saw the student go to the house to get them. Plausibly, he did, but he just never said it.
Sabito wasn't even able to injure Tanjiro. I don't have a problem with the whole ghost thing because that's pretty consistent. But you will never again see one actually do anything besides talking to people that were important to them when they were alive.
So while we don't see any ghosts interact in the same way with Tanjiro, like helping his training, we still see that they will interact with people.
No,
he literally just said that!
Yes, that's the problem!
Cyberman Wolf says, it's plausibly demon time.
It's not plausibly demon time, it's always demon time!
He literally
that I made it the fuck up.
He literally just said the only time you see ghosts outside of this is interacting with people that they knew when they were alive. And you go, well, here's a ghost interacting with someone that they knew when they were alive.
And this isn't the problem. The problem is they are tangibly affecting people. Not just Tanjiro. Anyone plausibly can be affected by ghosts. And you're just going, yeah, but they woke up Nezuko here. Okay, why didn't they just bum rush Rui? Horror alert!
It's my demon time.
While they are still alive, and it's not always that when they are already dead. This is especially prevalent.
What? What did you just say?
We still see that they will interact with people while they are still alive, and it's not always that when they are already dead.
That was not Captain Mac's point.
That was not Captain Mac's point.
Let's hear Captain Mac's point again, please.
Crazy. Again, just hold your hands up and just go.
So at least for me,
I'm going past this.
Regarding Tanjiro's training, which Otokaraki would not help with at all.
Not to mention that their involvement in the story not only establishes that ghosts are real, but also that they can have a tangible effect on the world of the living.
Pause. Ghosts are real, point one. Comboed into, they have a tangible effect on the living world.
Tanjiro gets injured by people he never knew.
Sabito was even able to injure Tanjiro. I don't have a problem with the whole ghost thing because that's pretty consistent.
Ghosts themselves are consistent.
But you will never again see one actually do anything besides talking to people that were important to them when they were alive.
When the ghosts were alive, not the people were alive. He stopped the point. He thinks when Max said you'll never see them interact, it's probably because of this clip specifically. That'll interact with them when they were alive. He's thinking the person that just Rui, he died and now he can interact, as opposed to when the parents were alive, they knew Rui.
The main point is they are not affecting the physical world. And when they did for Tanjiro, that is the main point that needs to be addressed. Yes, they do talk to people, but again, that whole wake up Nezuko or breathe big brother, that could just be a figment of their imagination. It could be a ghost. Who knows what that, it could be their conscience. It could be anything. Yeah. We don't know. Because alive. when the breathe big brother, he didn't see like a spectral vision of him. Yeah. It was just in this black void. Yep. So we don't know what this is.
And it's not always that when they are already dead. This is especially prevalent in the Mount Nanagumo and Entertainment District arc, where multiple members of Tanjiro's family help Nezuko and him throughout the battle, whether it's to tell Tanjiro to breathe.
Wait, go back.
He literally just said that exact point.
Is Tanjiro's outfit moving when he moves?
Members of Tanjiro's family help Nezuko.
Yep. Ghost can affect the physical world, so why isn't there a ghost army that wants to kill Muzan?
What? But again, he's knocked out. This might not be. Who knows what this is?
And him throughout the battle, whether it's to tell Tanjiro to breathe, Nezuko to help Tanjiro against Rui, or else he would be killed, or whether to go save Nezuko.
This is a long point where you were just wrong about what Mac meant.
Yes. You need to address the fact that they can affect physical beings, but they are not. You're just simply going, yeah, but they do wake up Tanjiro that one time.
Yeah, they do tell Nezuko to help.
They're all hallucinations. Yeah, we forgot. That is Cap, though. Demon Slayer Ghost Corp, just do it. If you're going to make the rule, do it. Or just don't have it.
Absolute bum behavior. The ghosts ruin the story. They physically affect people and characters. Anyways, Witch Watch is a fantastic. You don't even need to tell me.
You don't need to tell me that. That is by Sunahara Kenta, the author of Don't You Dare Press Play. The author of Sket Dance and Astra Lost His Face. He's one of my, if not my favorite manga of all time. Don't even worry about it, pimp.
Nezuko before she is too far gone. And even the side cast, characters like Shinobu, see the ghost of her sister in the battle against Doma to
doing what? They are not fit. She is not attacking Doma, which she plausibly could do.
Plausibly.
That's the problem.
They never interact with anybody except the people they knew when they were living.
No, Jay. Absolutely not.
If we get a video or two where people are like, Oscar Royale, the next big thing, absolutely.
Don't. I'm not reading that shit.
Boy, it's gonna be solo revisited then.
Motivate her when she was about to give up versus the upper ranked demon. And the reason why I think that Sabito and Makomo had such a major impact on Tanjiro's training was because there's
the reason why I think we're done. What more can you say? These ghosts don't physically affect the world. Well, I think this is the second I think. This whole, just go, Captain Mac was right about the ghost things. I never thought about it. I could headcanon this, but I don't want to. He's right. It should have been better implemented. Moving on. Just do that.
Is this manga?
There's been a couple linked. Don't worry.
Oh no.
Don't worry. It is also getting a physical Viz media release before Witch Watch, before Scat Dance, before a lot of things really.
Oh,
and
boy.
Is it deserved? No.
Master
That means
Jinx
we're getting
says,
an anime.
Why did the hand demon mention those two in particular? When I first read it, I just assumed that he killed them together, but in Gyu's backstory, the girl isn't there. So it was just random.
Absolutely.
Yeah, he was just like, "Hey, yo, you do look at the thingies. That reminds me of these two people. Even though I've killed quite a few of them, it reminds me in particular of these two. So, what's the problem here?"
not rest, and they were trying to guide.
Why do so many Demon Slayer videos crumble when the ghosts come up? Because it is a bad thing, and they try to say it's not a bad thing. If they just went, yeah, it's bad, the video wouldn't crumble. They lose credibility trying to defend this thing.
The hand demon asks what year it is, and he goes,
the year of our Lord, and by Lord I mean whoever the Shogun is at the time, not Jesus Christ. Christianity is not a thing when we're alive.
I've eaten a total of 50 small kids. 50 of them. You're the 14th of Orokudaki's students. The ones that left the most impression was the Scar Kid and the little girl. That's why he mentioned them in particular. They just left a big impression on them. I guess them other 12 muffs was just bums that just got done up.
Why is Phil playing Dragon Ball? He's not a fan.
Popular.
But he didn't play some other popular game that came out recently. He dropped Black Myth. Dude, it took Triggered like
objectively good
6 months to go. Yeah, I was wrong about
like 4 different videos with 4 different arguments of hallucination. No, but The Rock, but, and then it just goes, no, it's just dumb. And it's just so easy to just be like, no, it's just dumb. Yeah, that
Master
does
Swan
suck.
Slayer says, Ghost Rengoku, don't forget to breath Tanny, and I can physically interact with you, but I won't.
But I won't. This is your story now.
And the reason why I think that Sabito and Makomo had such a major impact on Tanjiro's training was because their souls could not rest, and they were trying to guide him through so he would not end up like the rest of them.
But the other kids are there too!
Mm-hmm. And they're just not doing anything. So, I guess when Hashiras are defeated by the upper moons, they can rest.
Yeah.
They just go, dang, he got me.
I did my best. I'm out.
Rengoku was like, oh, I got cooked. He was the better man at that point, and I will die peacefully. I will move on.
He didn't die and go like, my spirit will go after him right now to try to take down the number 2 or 3 or whoever that dude was. No, it's just, Tanny, I am cooked.
I am cooked.
It's over.
Rip me.
Be good. Go visit my daddy.
And take my hilt. Why?
My sources that I made it the fuck up.
But yeah.
Carry on my legacy, Tanny. Not my brother, you.
But, so we have to assume, because you mentioned that Tanjiro's family were also there and their ghosts, so their spirit couldn't move on. So, okay, we'll accept that their spirit couldn't move on, but why them in particular? All those other people that were eaten by demons, their spirit could move on. The 12, 14, 16-year-old girls that were eaten by swamp demon, they could move on. So what's going on? All the Hashira that were killed by the poison demon, they could move on, but they can't move on for a reason that we're not given. And we just have to accept that they can't move on. Tanjiro's family can't move on. And all the other people that have died to demons for 1,000 years, they are able to move on. Oh, sorry. Shinobu's sister isn't moving on until the moment that Shinobu is about to die.
And then I guess Shinobu also moves on since she got that reincarnation.
Yes, she did. What is the process for moving on and accepting your death? When you just get done up by a demon, is there a path of just like, here's heaven, here's not heaven, where you can sometimes interact with people physically, sometimes maybe.
Whenever we feel necessary.
And so that their souls could finally rest. But this doesn't seem like a major point of his, and he himself also states that, so I'm not going to harp on this too much.
You would think from the description that there is only one special way of breathing to strengthen a demon slayer, but no. There are, in fact, many different ways to breathe. They're breathing, everybody. I just want to make that clear.
I have no idea why he makes this point, as even in the real world, we have multiple different ways to breathe.
Okay, cool. We have multiple different ways to breathe. How does flame breathing breathe different than water breathing? It's a different form of breathing. You're giving evidence about, oh, here's how deep sea divers, here's breathing to relax anxiety. Okay, cool. What is the difference between breathing of lightning and fire? Of stone and poison? What is the difference? You say that there's a difference. And let's talk about the difference.
And there has to be a difference because some people just can't do some of the breathing.
Tanjiro goes, this form of breathing is not suited for me. Why not? There is an answer of there are different breathings. Absolutely.
Didn't this guy make claims that he wasn't going to make any outside sources, yet he's using an outside source?
This is more of an outside source to not to disprove, but to bolster his argument of there are different ways to breathe. He's not using outside sources of the manga because there's light novels and things like that or may not.
He's not adding information to the manga that is canon to the story and the lore,
yes,
but is not actually in the source material proper.
Outside reading that you have to do in order to get this information. No, he's just going, this is a...
Is JK tweeting that Dumbledore is gay? Like, you ain't never shown it, we ain't never done nothing with it, it doesn't count.
Hey, JK, are there any Jewish wizards? Why, yes, there is. Anthony Goldstein in Ravenclaw. Oh, thank you for Goldstein. Thank you so much, JK. I feel represented now.
She's so racist, y'all.
And she's so funny, old person, 1920s racist of just like, black people can jump higher. And that's their problem. What's their problem? Look at him jumping higher. Are you telling me he's not jumping higher? Okay, what's the problem? Look at his Goldstein muff. He's Jewish. What's the problem?
How is it racist to say Asians are good at math?
What? Wow. Cho Chang is the best math muff in all of Hufflepuff. What?
Ravenclaw.
What's the problem? She's smart because she's Asian and she's in Ravenclaw. Duh. What's the problem here?
They put gold in a Jewish person's name.
What's the problem? He's Goldstein. He's a Jewish person. You want representation? There he is.
Are you telling me that black people haven't been kings and been shackled before? I don't see the problem.
What?
It sounds like you're the racist.
I'm simply naming a character Kingsley Shacklebolt. You have the problem. If you think any further than that, you the problem. It's so funny.
Thousand Master Swan Slayer says, didn't Trigger do this with Just Stop's Demon Slayer video?
Trigger did a lot of things with Just Stop because it's hard to explain these things away. So you have to go, yeah, there's different ways to breathe. Yes, there is. Okay, what's the different ways to breathe in this manga? It's that second question. They're looking at it purely surface level. Here's a problem. Here's the solution. You are typing in 2 + 2 is 4. You're not explaining how you get there. You're not explaining anything around it. It is simply, here is the answer. think a little bit deeper. What is the difference? You say there are different ways to breathe. Yes. What's the difference here? What is the difference in sun breathing? Oh, it just is.
Yes, JK's casual racism is hilarious, but the transphobia is not. She is a monster.
Yes. I said that in the Discord. I said that stuff is generally hurtful, but just Anthony Goldstein, that's funny.
While it's
Cho Chang, that's funny.
It's hurtful, but just in like, what are you doing type of way.
Like I said, it's an old person from the 1920s just going, yeah, black people jump higher. And you just go, well, statistically, I guess, but maybe just don't say that. You could have named Cho Chang literally anything. She could have just been Samantha Scott, and you just go, she's Asian, and just go, okay, but you have to go, no, we need to make sure you know she's Asian.
Yeah. Descriptionless. You'll know what a character is based on their name.
Kingsley Shacklebolt.
Seamus Finnegan.
Seamus Finnegan.
Hey, what could he possibly be? Her casual racism is crazy.
It's hilarious. Because she sees no problem.
And that's what makes it so funny.
Yes.
Ourselves down from anxiety. Also, militaries and divers will do different breathing exercises.
Excellent. What are the difference in breathing?
Depending on the situation. So the series just exaggerates that and makes it so that you can breathe a certain way to achieve superhuman feats.
Excellent.
Yes.
In what way?
What do they do? Are there sharper intakes of breaths? Are there longer ones? Do they hold the air in their like diaphragm or their lungs? What do you need to do water versus lightning?
No answer.
This is a part of the rules and the world building of the series. Keep this in mind for later.
Attacks, it appears as though water is rushing out of his sword. But don't be fooled. As far as I can tell, this is just visual flair for us as the audience to enjoy. In reality, he's just swinging his sword around. There's no actual water. Not that I would blame
XL
you.
says, yes, niggas breathe differently IRL, but is it explained in the series?
They do not think about that. They just go, the breathing is different in real life. What's the problem?
For thinking otherwise, given that it is never explained or even alluded to. Even through conducting research for this video, I wasn't able to find a solid consensus on whether or not that's true. It's just my own interpretation at this point. Why give clear indicators of plot information when you can just not? Answering important questions is just so much work.
Hey, guess what? It was answered in the manga. And yes, it is only visual. They are
see
and see, you have to just go, he didn't read a bootleg version. He had to read this particular thing of just whatever scantillation that he got.
He couldn't even read the official Viz version because they don't use the volume extra stuff.
This is not evidence that you can use. Now, the best that you can say is that Captain Mac said that he did research outside of that.
Yeah.
And just go, I did research and here it is. That's the best that you can say. But I would classify this as material that is not in the pages of the manga and therefore should not be used. Because if somebody is confused about this, that's only watching the anime, can you point to this? No. Because why? This is volume 17. This is near the end.
Yeah, there's like 260 chapters of Demon Slayer. There were probably like another 9 volumes after that.
So I think this would not be something.
Gaming and Virench says, even when I read it, didn't know that they were visuals until volume 17, so it is not my fault when the author doesn't confirm whether it is visual or not. It's not Captain Mac fault.
Listen back to our Because Reasons where I just go, I don't know what this is or isn't. There are 23 volumes of Demon Slayer. Mm-hmm. So this is
6 from the end.
6 from the end, and they just go, actually, what you're seeing is not real. So again, I don't think that this could be used against him. It should have been made clear, because this is Captain Mac's point. It should have been made clear in the actual manga or in anime or whatever that this is or isn't happening. And for you to just go, well, this is an extra page that explains why
the volume.
Why was this not in the manga itself? If it can be explained, if it needs to be explained, why was it not in the manga itself? Why when Tanjiro swings his sword for Rokadaki, he just goes, oh, it feels a little bit cooler. Or just goes, did you see that water that just had? And he goes, that that's just your spirit or whatever. Explain it in the manga and don't just go in an extra
or yeah,
page.
even Orokodaki just goes, this is a normal swing and this is what you can do. And Tanjiro doesn't see the difference, and then he goes, once you get better, you will see the difference.
Yeah.
And then before he sends him off to training, he goes, what type of swipe is this? And he sees the water and he goes, there was like water there.
Yes. That would have been it. For nearly 70%.
Tanjiro did hear lightning.
He did hear lightning. For nearly 75% of the series, you've been lied to about the visual breathing techniques. And you just have to go, this is happening. And you just go, no, it's actually not. Oh, so what's going on here? They're just swinging swords. Oh, but there is this guy that has super hearing, right? Yes.
Super smell?
Yeah. There is this guy that can touch the ground and see all the demons on a mountain, right? Yes. But the water's not happening. Correct. Okay.
Weren't there like scorch marks on the ground when Goku was fighting? It's plausible.
It's plausible that there was.
Not literally creating water or fire or bugs. Maybe you should have looked a little further into Googling this. Or, you have a manga section in your video. You might have found it if you...
Yeah, but the manga isn't... You're not going to see that if you don't buy the volume.
C says, remember the guy who can zoom around using lighting and can basically fly.
He can! How is he doing that? But whatever the case may be, he's not obligated to read the volume extras.
No.
You're just like, I'm not engaged in this, so I don't care about the relationship between the Hashira, how Wind Man feels about Shinobu. I don't care.
The offshoots of what each breathing technique is. Like love is an offshoot of fire.
If you skip a chapter, absolutely, get done up. Frankie's backstory, shut up. But if you do that and then have problems, that's your own fault. But for it to not be in the manga, and for you to be like, it ends in a single page volume extra, when he does do research, and I did research back then where I just go, is this happening or not? You go on Reddit, you'll hear people going, yeah, absolutely this is real. And you hear people going, no, it's not real. There is a problem within the community of, is this real or is it not? Because it's not properly explained in the manga. You have to search out that one single page, and that's not good for the manga. Could you go back, because there was a single bit of text there.
But yes, the only thing you can give is...
You're going too far back.
Oh, I thought you
it
meant
was
that
when
one.
Captain Mac was on screen.
Further into Googling this, or, you have a manga...
To be fair, it is talking about the action, but you think it would come across when reading it.
He didn't. And he's not, again, like I said, not obligated to engage within volume extras.
Section in your video. You might have found it if you, checked out the little end chapters of the manga where it gives
No, end chapters of the volume, because this is not in the manga proper.
And you're not obligated to read that. It's not in the manga. This if it's important enough to be talked about, it's important enough to be in the manga.
more detail that they didn't want to put in the main part of the chapter, kind of the extra information that you may or may not want
Gaming
to know.
and Viren
Just a
says,
thought.
I won't find it, I don't car. Cry about it.
With breathing comes from a lack of differentiation. Now, I know at first that may not make any sense, given that each style is very visually distinct. But what I'm talking about is functionality. Functionally speaking,
what could you possibly? Tani can smell the future is perfectly okay, but creation of elements is too far. I forgot about the thread and smelling it. The thread, it escapes my mind so much when I think about Demon Slayer.
It's the main thing I think about when I talk about Tanjiro's smell. Is him smelling the
I don't
future.
remember it until I remember just like, oh, I can see the thread. And I just need to cut the thread, and it's perfect. Like,
Is
the
that
is
and
going on?
you smell sad. Those are the two first things I think about.
Most of the breathing types are exactly the same. When you create different forms of the same ability, there needs to be strengths and weaknesses to each of them.
Now, again, he's obviously going to bring up the lightning breathing. That is the one that you can always just go, this is the one.
But then at the same time, you have Tanjiro just being able to do it. Why isn't everybody just doing it?
Faster than the other forms in a technical sense. But in reality, each style of breathing has the same or similar abilities to every other form, meaning they're all functionally the same.
Now, what can you say about that? This one is faster, but they're all functionally the same.
Presented visually. This is a common theme across every form. They all share attacks.
No, you do not need strength and weaknesses for every form to make the power system work.
So why have them?
Why even be a water breather versus a fire breather? Why did she want to be a fire breather?
What is the difference between a water breather and a fire breather?
Tanny can smell the X-ray and colors in the SWORDMAN village arc.
We're not talking about that. We can't talk about all the things that he can or can't smell. I smell an idiot here.
Leo, we already said, yes, it absolutely sounds like synthetic, man. The cadence and voice is crazy.
Why even have fire, water, thunder? Yeah. What's the difference? If you're just going, they don't need to have weaknesses, so they all have different strengths, but those different strengths can be weaknesses. There can be somebody who can be long range. That is a strength, but when they get close up, they can't do anything, so it's a weakness that there's long range. That's what this is. Every ability should have this is where you're best at, and there are situations where you will not be good against this.
Thank you for the super chat, Master Jinx. I read Demon Slayer on the Shonen Jump app, and the back of the volume stuff wasn't in the chapters. Yes, the Jump app does not show volume stuff. It just shows the chapter and official translations of the chapter.
Where that though? What's going on? Where is that?
That's a good question. And then you know it's gonna pop up with some bush.
And as soon as you press play,
oh, it looks like the background froze. That's why, because there's the members. So probably soon.
Go especially back a little bit.
For what? For what? For what?
I might miss something.
Common theme across every form. They all share attacks.
No, you do not need strength and weaknesses for every form to make the power system work, especially when you have a in-lore explanation as to why the breathing forms are all similar, because they are all deviations of the same breathing style.
Yes, so they take things that they can do and make it so that they can do it. Wide swings from the sun breathing becomes flame breathing. The flowing movement becomes water breathing, but water breathing is not as strong as fire breathing, so that would be a weakness, wouldn't it? Yeah. If we're talking about these abilities being just taken from this and moved over here.
Why are all of them equally fast as lightning breathing, since it's just the offshoot of the original anyway? They should all function roughly the same, but they do not.
I smell massive BS in this video.
No! It's been massive BS already.
Again, they could not learn one of the breathings.
Yes.
So that has to speak to an inability to do so.
Tanjiro said water breathing is not suited for him. In what way is it not suited for him? What does water breathing take from sun breathing? What does lightning breathing take from sun breathing? Because Tanjiro isn't going sun breathing, lightning super fast. He had to go sun breathing and lightning. When he did the rush thing, there was lightning behind him. So it's not the sun breathing that's super fast and then they taken that and made it into lightning breathing. No, it's something else. So what are all the things that were taken from, like I said, if they went wide swings, fire breathing, steady stance, stone breathing, you can say that, but you just go, it's all offshoot from this. What is poison breathing taken from?
Love Girl couldn't learn fire breathing because she wasn't strong enough, but her whole backstory is how she is stronger than your average human. but weaker than Rengoku, I guess.
Shut up, Corey. We haven't done anything for a while, and people are just like, oh, these dudes still suck. So they're just making sure.
Love Hashira can't fire breathe, but she is strong, flexible, high agility, and dexterous. Also, Shinobu is the fastest Hashira, even if she's insect breathing, and she couldn't learn lightning breathing for some reason, which it pushes the air to your legs. So I would assume, what is sound breathing?
What is sound breathing?
I'm ignoring work.
That being sun breathing. And while a lot of the forms are very similar in terms of functionality, characters can modify their fighting style.
But here's the thing. You say characters can modify. We don't see several sound breathers to see the difference of a sound breather. We don't see several water breathers performing the exact same technique to show the difference of how they're water breathing. Because as far as I know, there's no real difference. We don't see a bunch of lightning breather using the same technique. So you can say, oh, they all add on their own little things. They do their own little flares and stuff. Sure. But they're creating forms and breathing.
Does love breathing necessitate having that long whip-like sword? Or is it just...
KEPTALKIN says, what is stone breathing? Tell me.
What is it? We don't know.
What is flower breathing? No examples equal no evidence.
Equals no problems. You can't debunk me if I don't have a point.
Mitsuri should be even much more competent than Tanjiro, but her contribution is whack and a disappointment. Throw flowers, smell the steel. What is lightning breathing?
All based on their weapons that they use. An example would be Tengen, who uses not only his Nichiren swords, but also bombs to accommodate his...
That has nothing to do with breathing! Yeah. Is the breathing those...
He's a ninja outside of that.
Would another sound breather need to also use those explosions and those two-handed swords thing? Or can they just use a normal sword and use sound breathing? We don't know, because this is the only mother that does this. How is he breathing different than water breathing? Who knows?
Fighting style to perform more defensive maneuvers. Or characters such...
But that's water breathing! Because people talk about water breathing being more defensive-ish.
What are the more defensive maneuvers that he's performing? You can't just say that he's doing that and not showcase anything.
By blocking a move.
If he was when he was fighting the poison dude, if he was just like, if I was only a little more offensive, I could have taken his head off. Or Mist Man could have taken his head off by now, but this is just not my fighting style. Something. Mist Man would be better against this dude. Something to indicate that, but you can't just
never
say
been a demon fight where it's like, hey, it would have been better if a lightning breather was here than me, a fire breather.
Ooh, can't wait for Captain Mac to say that.
Jazz, Gyomei, and Mitsuri, who use their weapons to increase their range or increase their flexibility, thus giving them a higher reach with their...
That means nothing!
That's not... You aren't listening to his point.
What's the difference between water and mist breathing?
What is the difference?
Weapons compared to most of the Demon Slayer corps and their breathing style. This isn't
the breathing style. Or is it the breathing style?
Yeah, are their weapons a requirement for their style? I don't know.
I do not know. And there's nothing in the manga saying yes or no.
A prime example of a character that has strengths and weaknesses would be Shinobu's insect breathing. The strengths being...
No! Shinobu herself is not strong enough to cut off the head of a demon!
In that it poisons the demons, stunning them for a long amount of time, if not just outright killing them. But the weaknesses being that if it is a higher ranking demon, she cannot kill it as they can adapt to her poison, which would be a huge weakness. And last thing I want to add about the...
But that has nothing to do with her breathing technique. No. That's just her using poison.
Yes, she is not strong enough to do this. That is the issue. It has nothing to do with her breathing.
That's like saying, oh, this demon's defense.
Says, shouldn't the goal of a demon slayer to be to learn multiple breathing styles and eventually to combine them to make their own style?
It's not like Stonehasher was just like, oh, that steel ball means nothing to me. Only a sword can hurt me or some That'd be the exact same. It's the weapon that's the issue, not your breathing style.
Or if it was just like, let's say it's flame breathing. It's a lot of stabbing as opposed to slicing, and that's more difficult to cut off a head with a stab. That'd be like, okay, that speaks to the breathing being the issue because this form facilitates the stabbing.
Like a repose, whatever, a fencing technique.
And that's what is taken from the sun breathing or whatever.
Breathing styles is that their weakness is that when you use too many techniques, you will tire out quickly. And
that's not a go back.
That's stamina, dude.
What?
That's like saying a boxer throwing a lot of punches is a weakness of your punch. Like, you're just tiring yourself out because you're doing physical activities. What are you doing?
Add about the breathing styles is that their weakness is that when you use too many techniques.
And that's what I want to pinpoint. He's talking about breathing styles as a whole, not what Captain Mac is talking about is differentiating the breathing styles having strength and weaknesses. He's just going, if you use your moves too much, you'll get tired. Well, yeah. Okay. That is a weakness. Show me something where that doesn't happen. Like you said, a boxer throwing a punch is like, yeah, your punches suck because you tired. What?
That's a weakness of you throwing punches in a boxing match.
He's not addressing anything. That's common. That's all of them.
And last thing I want to add about the breathing styles is that their weakness is that when you use too many techniques, you will tire out quickly. And in some of the forms, much faster than other breathing forms. This is a big weakness
Fighting
as
Gimmick
Demon Slayers
says,
will have.
Come on, Tanny, don't you know that the weakness of breathing styles is breathing?
You're not breathing enough. You say some techniques and some breathing styles will tire you out quicker than others, but isn't that an issue of the person using the technique because their stamina is lower than another person's? Like Tanjiro was very tired out from what he was doing, but he is absolutely simply not as good stamina wise as someone like a Shinobu or a Mitsuri or a Rengoku.
Have to fight stronger demons for potentially multiple hours before dawn even breaks. Even though it is a
Do you have any examples of the moves? Totally not Mark. Do you have any examples?
What do we do, Mark? That was, dude, we were doing an auction stream, and they did a Team 4-star, like, ranking, and Mark came up, and you were so disgusted. I replayed that so many times. But what are we doing? Mark!
But do you have any examples of a move that takes out more? Something that's just like, I can use the first form
7 times.
7 times.
But if I use the 4th form, now I can only use it 3 times.
I'm too tired to use the 6th form. Dang it. And that would be very helpful here.
Hours before dawn even breaks. Even though it is a simpler power system.
Wait. Did he say that they would have to fight?
Yeah.
Sometimes. Okay, that happened against Muzan and who else? Because by the time that Punch Man rocked up on Rengoku, they were fighting for minutes.
Yeah.
That happened with Rengoku and not Rengoku, Muzan, and nobody else to my knowledge.
Stronger demons for potentially multiple hours before dawn even breaks. Even though it is a simpler power system, I would not say that that makes the series worse necessarily, as Demon Slayer still...
He never said the power system makes the series worse. He's saying they're not that different, and that's a problem.
But they're yelling out different things, and they're doing quote-unquote different things. Why have those different things if they're all the same?
Non-stop infinite Mark month,
Mugen Mark month.
domain expansion Mark month.
Follows the rules consistently, and I would much rather prefer that than a series with a huge complex power system rules that constantly get broken throughout the series.
Why can't you...
Unknown XL says, yes, breathing is a simple power system, but the mangaka can't fucking explain it. What does that tell you about
in the manga, they can't explain it. But why does it have to be one or the other?
Yeah. Why can't it? Sorry, go ahead.
Why can't it be? I'm giving a power system that is complex, but is keeping with the rules.
Why can't it be? It's a simple one, but there's a lot of things going on.
like we said, small things could improve the breathing style of just sharp intakes of breath, holding your breath. Your lungs are not suited for holding the amount of air that you need to take
Your
in to
blood
do stone
flow.
Something easy, one sentence things. Orokodaki just sits them down going, there are 5 to 10 known forms. You can offshoot, you can mix them, you can make your own forms, but those are the main forms that anybody can use. Once you get good enough, you can
Rules
transfer
that constantly
over to
get
other
broken
ones.
throughout this.
Or powers that aren't used for plot convenience.
But you can transfer over to other ones if you want. But here are the differences and the main things for all of them. I, as a Hashira, am basically adept in all of them. So I can teach you the basics of all of them. Fire breathing. You need big, strong swings. Your arms are too short. You're not strong enough.
With God.
You're not doing that. Lightning breathing. You are not fast enough. You got little stubby legs. Your lungs are not suited for that. We're not doing that. And you just move on and you just have a baseline of here's the difference between the breathing styles. Here's what people can and cannot do them.
Yeah, it could be a basic training, like army training. Just go, okay, they climbed that wall, so their arm strength is such and such, so they may be able to do this. And then you just keep narrowing it down and go, you'd probably be best suited for this.
Water breathing is the most easy to learn that everybody can do. So we can start you off with that, and then later we can maybe go into something
Fighting
else.
Gimmick says, it's a simple power system that prevents something being overpowered. Literal sun breathing.
Series. What matters is that they set up the rules for this power system and follow them accordingly.
What are the rules?
And what series breaks the rules of what manga breaks the rules of their power system? And on top of that, let us never forget, this is not Captain Mac's
point at all.
The functionality of them is very similar.
Yes.
Is Captain Mac's point.
But they follow the rules, so it's fine.
Well, sure, but the rules.
You've extrapolated a single sentence or two out of his entire point and just gone, yeah, but they follow the rules, so it's fine.
Why can't Genya use a breathing style? Why?
Why?
He simply can't.
He just can't.
He can't learn any of them.
Yep.
But thankfully, he got that super stomach.
Ruby breaks its own rules, yeah. But shut up.
Ruby sucks.
But shut up.
An example I would give is the original 6 episodes of Star Wars.
Bro, I don't give a shit. Always breaking the rules and doing all this extra Hey, what was Captain Mac's point here? And what does Star Wars have to do with him going?
Never forget.
There's not many differences between the light and the dark side other than maybe Force choking.
No, they have completely different powers!
Power sets, you are using more of your emotions into the dark side.
It's
so
objectively good.
The whole thing about Jedis are you have to be emotionally calm, and that's how you use your power. If you tap into that anger and stuff, you go into the dark side. That's what happened with Luke against Darth Vader.
That's practically what happened with Rey.
He started to win once he started tapping into that and getting angry, and then he started smashing his hand and went, oh crap, he liked me for real. So then he pulled back.
Can't spell hope without ho says. Not Captain Mac's point 2, return of the disingenuous argument.
Luke used Force choke without being trained in the dark side. Yeah, but it's more of a it's essentially just force pushing, but it's just choking. But it's just something that's just like, you don't do this thing. But lightning, that is not a light side move. Flat out.
They can't.
Shatterpoint, he's tapping into the...
do this.
Shut up. I need to explain Shatterpoint. He's tapping into the dark... No, not Shatterpoint. Samuel L. Jackson's character?
Mace Windu?
Mace Windu. Mace Windu taps into the dark side. That's why he's so strong, but he can pull himself back. There are differences between them that you can point out. I cannot point out the difference between water and flame breathing.
Outside of, I can use these moves and I simply can't, for whatever reason.
Force lightning. Other than that, the Sith and the Jedi basically use Force pushes and pulls with little differences. Yet I wouldn't say the Force in the original 6 episodes is terrible. I would just say it's simple.
He never said it was terrible.
No.
But What he said was, there's no functionally difference between them, but we did explain the difference of what you need to tap into the light side and what you need to tap into the dark side. I don't know functionally what you need to tap into water breathing that you can't tap into fire breathing, or you can do love breathing, which is an offshoot of fire breathing, but you can't do fire breathing itself, or you can't do sun breathing. I don't know why.
There's also force healing.
Simpler than most other series. So what I'm trying to get at here is that simple does not equal bad.
That was not his point.
He did not make that point, at least from what you've shown.
Hey, you know what's a weakness in the light versus the dark side? You cannot use your emotions too heavily within using a light side. And you have to, you get stronger with anger and all of your emotions with the dark side. If you're not super angry, you're not going to be super strong. That is a functional, provable weakness with both of them.
There's never a moment in this series where Tanjiro is at a disadvantage because he's a water breather.
There is never a moment where he is. Let's just say his points out loud.
Is he gonna point out the advantage of being a water breather?
He's gonna
with Swamp Demon.
He's gonna Swamp Demon, yes. But he's also going to. Yeah, I don't know what he's gonna do.
Yeah, no. But what was that point?
There's never a time where Tanjiro is at a disadvantage because he is a water breather. This is not a disadvantage because he's a water breather.
No.
Are you telling me? Could a flame breather do this?
Because
you would have to
got whooped too with beast breathing.
You would have to showcase another breathing style being able to do this. This is not a weakness due to a water breathing. You can say that this is inexperience. You can say that this is due to this dude being super strong. You can say a whole lot of things.
You can say it's because Tanjiro's not strong enough. Because he fought Rui, could not cut off his head with water breathing.
But then Giyu walks up and cut his head off with water breathing.
Easily cut his head off with water breathing.
This is not a point that this is against water breathing. You don't understand the point.
No.
So you're fighting a ghost by making this argument of just
demon, if you will.
You're just going, look,
hallucination, if you will.
He's not cutting his arm, so he is at a disadvantage. Not because he's a water breather.
It's not like there was a lightning demon that was using lightning techniques and Tanjiro did his water wheel and it was just like, oh, it's hitting the entire area around me because I'm summoning the fake water that doesn't actually exist or something.
It's not strong enough. The blade won't cut through that. What does that say about water breathing? Do you think you just proved your point?
But see, that's the thing. Like I said, also keep in mind also.
I don't know when his sword broke like that. It was just simply because the string was too strong.
Yes.
Because Giyu cut the string, so it's not
Fighting
water breathing.
I lost, so it's a bad matchup. Odd offense.
He's taking the point where Tanjiro is never at a disadvantage. And that's
because
the point.
Of water breathing.
No. He's never at a disadvantage. And he's showing all the time that he's using techniques that does not work. And that's what the point is.
Manga is not for us. It's
never.
Crazy. Manga.
That's what he had after all that stuttering and stammering.
It blocked it? That has nothing to do with water. What are you doing?
Hey, yo, this is great. This motherfucker think he cooking.
He's not strong enough.
Yes. It's not the technique. Because we would have to show an equal strength flame breather. Can't be a Hashira or something, but it would have to be an equal strength level 9 flame breather just going, watch this. Rah!
Thankfully, I'm here.
Says fucking raw!
That speaks to a problem with Tanjiro.
Yes, what are you proving with that? He's never at a disadvantage because he's using water breathing. What do you think you're proving with him just going, I'm not adept to this. He's not going, the water breathing
is weak.
No, he's going, other water breathers could do this. So So it's not the breathing. It's Tanjiro himself.
And then he used a different one, and he's just like,
Universal
this
Instinct
does
Goku,
work for
Angel
me.
Seed Goku, Autonomous Dragon Force Goku.
Thank you for the super chat, Master Jinx. Is he saying that he's at a disadvantage because water wasn't strong enough, but sun breathing is stronger? No, because even Tanjiro says, I can't help striking harder with it because his body is adept for that.
Nami the goat says, Oshi no Ko is close to ending time for y'all to read.
Yeah.
It's just simply a skill issue, not a water breathing issue.
It's just compatible with my body. But you're not reading what he's saying, which is the water breathing technique itself never causes a problem for Tanjiro where he faces a demon that goes, I am a counter to water breathing.
Crazy.
Tanjiro himself is just not suited for that breathing.
Easy.
If Orokodaki was there, if Giyu was there, it would not be a problem because their bodies are suited for it and they can use it to its fullest.
It's not about the water breathing.
Yes, it's about Tanjiro. This cannot be.
Well, as you can see from all these examples that I had provided, Tanjiro was put at a major disadvantage because his body was not suited for water breathing.
That wasn't his point! Sound the alarm! It wasn't his point!
That wasn't his point.
That wasn't his point! Like, what are we doing here? It just flat out was not his point. He just went, I hear you. He did not hear him.
It's the in Charlie. Yeah, he doesn't even get us. We're talking about you.
The perfect example of an anti-example, y'all. He just went, I hear what you said, but I want to disprove something
Master
else.
Jinx says, that wasn't his point.
It just flat out emergency. It wasn't his point. You didn't hear him out.
That was a Tanny problem, not a breathing problem.
Hey, yo, I can't believe this motherfucker. With 8 clips, it just went, as you can see, I've just proven this point. That's crazy.
Dude, this is such a bad...
Oh, that's amazing. This man proved something that wasn't the point.
Again.
Back
to back with it.
Just great, as you can see. And as I've proven my points with these clips, didn't I?
Just Trump with the face, just like, look at all these points I've made. Like,
unbelievable.
Thus, the power output was not enough against any of these demons that were shown.
Because of Tanjiro! Because Giyu! Because he literally said if Orokodaki or Giyu was here, they'd be cool.
Because Giyu fought Rui too and easily dispatched him with water breathing.
The original point was, never forget, there is never a point where Tanjiro is at a disadvantage due to water breathing. And he took it as, well, water breathing, there is...
puts him at a disadvantage because his body's not suited for it.
No.
Not enough against any of these demons that were shown.
He needs sun breathing to damage him, but water breathing was useful at points.
Whenever he uses sun breathing or the Hino Kamikagura, he performs much better against all of those opponents.
Because it's the strongest form.
And his body's better for it.
But he's not at a disadvantage because he's using water breathing.
He simply is not good enough for water breathing. His body is not suited for it.
Because Giyu and Orokodaki could do it.
As proven by Rui.
For the father
with water breathing.
Spider Demon, as he didn't fight the father Spider Demon for that long. However, there is times in Demon Slayer where Tanjiro uses water breathing instead of the Hino Kamikagura to help him, as the power output is sometimes not enough, or it is to conserve stamina while he is fighting a different opponent. Just keep this in mind.
What does he mean that the power output is not enough?
For the Hino Kami? I don't know.
What does that mean?
Or it is to conserve stamina.
It inspires they've been roughly used, they're trying to wear us down. It doesn't even say that on this manga panel.
Yeah, the right side is, I guess it's just a boister, him...
Can't spell hope without
even
hope
Hashi
says,
will run out of stamina.
I'm at a disadvantage in a boxing match, but with my gun I can win.
He is fighting a different opponent. Just keep this in mind. This definitely won't be relevant whatsoever.
There's never a moment where two characters trade opponents in order to get a better matchup. It's completely meaningless flash.
While characters don't switch matchups like this is a Pokemon game or a Fight in Hell's Paradise where a certain type will nerf another type or boost another type, there's so many...
It's not about nerfing or boosting. It's about the fact that
functionally they're the same.
Yes.
If there's not any real advantage or disadvantage to using water over lightning over a stone or whatever.
Thunder breathing is weaker than fire breathing, but you can zip around it will take 3 slashes to take off their head. So it's luckily that you can zip back and forth 3 times and cut off their head, where with flame breathing it would only take 1 time. Something like that.
Instances where the specialized breathing forms are used to help other breathing forms. What I mean by this is examples like in the Mount Nanagumo arc, to locate the mother spider demon, Inosuke uses his beast breathing form to locate the demon, which...
What the is this?
This is and never forget, he didn't know what breathing was. He just ran afoul of a demon slayer, took his swords, and became a demon slayer.
But then
created a whole technique and breathing style.
He can just touch the ground and just go, demon over there. I believe this has never been done again. But you're fine with it because you just go, oh, he did this thing. This is what the difference is. This super dumb thing that happened.
Like, you can even go, because of his tracking as being a mountain boy, he can hear things, smell things on the wind, feel the air, the difference in the air pressure, something like that. See the footsteps on the ground, something, anything. Not put my knee down and just feel mothers on a mountain.
7th form, spatial awareness. The user utilizes their sense of touch to identify the position of enemies and their weaknesses by feeling small disturbances in the air. This technique was so strong that Inosuke could sense all the demons spread out around the entire mountain. What?
Never before nor since.
Small disturbances in the air. What does that... it's just BS. And then this dude's just like, well, it's fine because here's the difference. But he's not just swinging his sword. Yeah, so there is differences, strengths, and weaknesses. So what are they? This dude can do this. Why can't other breathing forms do this? Maybe we should start exploring that and discussing that.
If you don't care about
Adrian Rusco
edgy
says,
stuff,
why
Undead
didn't
Unlocked.
Tanny smell where the spider lady was?
Hey, shut up.
Tanjiro with his water breathing form could not do. Or, in the Entertainment District arc, to protect Inosuke while he uses his Boar Rush, Zenitsu with his thunder breathing, which
You're just saying, hey, these people use their techniques and it works.
Yes.
You're not taking Captain Mac's thing in, which is there's no real functional difference of these things.
They never trade an opponent to get a better matchup.
You're just going, well, they did things that the other styles couldn't.
What? Play, because I want to hear if he explains why Zenitsu being here is an advantage.
To protect Inosuke while he uses his Boar Rush, Zenitsu with his thunder breathing, which specializes in speed, and Tanjiro, who is using water breathing during this point, to act as a defensive shield for Inosuke so he could use this attack, which leaves him wide open, so he could get an opening and slice off Daki's head.
Okay, so
anybody could have been there for either one of those.
The original point is they never trade opponents to get a better matchup. And your evidence is, well, Zenitsu used a technique. And then Tanjiro also used a technique to give Inosuke an opening. You don't say how they are better than a sound breather. You don't say anything. Like you said, there could have been anybody there. There is no advantage to having Tanjiro and Zenitsu there versus anybody else. It could have been anybody there because it's all about just defending for Tanjiro. If you just said
for
Inosuke, if you had just said, "Oh, they're all these lightning," I mean, all of the sashes are everywhere, so they need to be super fast to take care of them. Well, you don't even need that because of all the multiple slashes forms. You did not prove your point of why Inosuke, Zenitsu and Tanjiro needed to be there. You even threw in he was using water breathing at this point. What point does that make? What did you prove by saying that?
Example of where you can use these specialized breathing forms to get an advantage where other breathing styles do not have the same specialty. Tengen uses his musical score technique, which is a part of his sound breathing.
Yo, this is crazy. Innate technique not directly tied to sound breathing, my bad.
Another example is force.
Hey,
is this lie?
So you recognize this. Why would you put the text there instead of just cutting this part out? From before another example to the end of this point, why not just cut this part out?
Several reasons. Number one, because people listen to it sometimes and just do other things. So they're just gonna believe him. Too lazy to cut it out.
But not too lazy to hit the text.
Again, it is just an example that is provably false, and I would not have left that in.
Yes,
you recognized it.
Yes,
and then just went, oh, whoops.
Why did you put the video out there?
So now, other sound breathers can't do this. So what's the difference between sound breathing and stone breathing?
Triton A. Morris says, maybe you should have done some more research. Insert 50 smug face gifts.
Mind you, he was completely memeing on Mac about being wrong about the Sword of Origins.
I want to know why Tengen did not learn thunder breathing. I would have just assumed he can't for some reason. It's plausible.
Mm-hmm.
Oh, how much longer do we have? Oh, like 6 minutes.
To create an opening for Tanjiro so he can land the finishing blow on Gyotaro.
Is he the only person that could have done that? Or is he the only person that was there that could do it? Or is he the only person strong enough that was there that could do it? Was that a sound issue or was that a strong issue?
Oh, you cannot be doing this.
Yes,
part.
he can. Yes, he can.
Because then you have to question, why aren't other people doing exactly this?
When Tanjiro, in the Swordsmith Village arc, could not catch up to Hatenki.
Hey, didn't Max say outside of thunder breathing speed? And then you go, well, here's an example. How about thunder breathing speed?
And also, his point was there's never a time where they trade opponents to get a better matchup.
So he uses thunder breathing to catch up to Hantegu to possibly cut off his head. So while there is not many differences in the breathing forms, each of them still typically have a specialty that the other breathing...
You didn't show waters!
Oh, good pause.
You didn't show sounds!
Excellent pause.
You didn't show flames! You didn't show love! You didn't show any... Nope. You showed like 2-3 advantages!
One of them was just false.
And one was wrong! Or they have a stronger sense like Inosuke's instinct. That has nothing to do with this breathing!
No.
Those are inherent things that they learn! Because a beast breather that's not Inosuke probably wouldn't have those instincts!
But we have no evidence if they could or couldn't, and that's a failure of the manga.
Forms cannot do. And they will use those strengths to aid each other in battle.
What strength did Tanjiro use by using water breathing here? This was your example. What strength?
It is not just completely meaningless flash.
Who said that?
I think Mac did say it was
okay, flash. But he didn't show that.
He did not. Or maybe he did.
Across every form, they all share attacks.
Man, it's almost like they are an imitation of the same thing. It's almost like
okay, so they would all have to be like, hey, we need to learn this multi-slash tech.
Luffy versus Don Krieg was a bad matchup for Luffy since he kept using spiky objects.
Yes. Yep. Because but he also has a good matchup up against Eneru because he could not hurt him there. Hey, it's almost like strength and weaknesses. But somebody like Inosuke, he doesn't know about the sun breather. He doesn't know about offshoots about this coming from this and coming from this. Yeah. He just goes, I'm gonna multi-slash this thing.
And it's not like they all use the 10 forms of the sun breather. And that's their 10 forms. They all build different things. They all do different things. But functionally, hey, here's a bunch of multi-slash techniques. What am I supposed to do with this? What's the difference of that with the water breather, with the beast breather? absolutely nothing. Just being an offshoot means nothing because as far as I know, love breathing uses exactly 0 of the flame breathing stuff, even though it is a direct offshoot of that. What does mist breathing use from water or water from mist, which I assume are offshoots of each other? This is a poor technique. A poor point. Where I present evidence where you can just lie. Legit just lie about shit. Legit just be wrong about shit.
And leave it in.
And leave it in.
And then get on somebody else for being wrong.
Crazy bars.
Lesser forms from the same source. I just can't.
And by the way, can we talk about the blatant misogyny?
Oh, we're
in this
just done with that now.
Yeah, no.
Our system?
Yeah, blessed rain out after her drought. Where did that come from? What sun breathe?
What the hell are you talking about?
There are so many different forms of breathing. There's stone breathing, wind breathing, mist breathing. But what do the female characters use? Insect breathing,
Fighting Gimmick
flower
says,
breathing.
when he mentions variations, that's still a synonym of differences, and he has yet to actually give us proper differences between styles yet at the same time contradict that.
But he thinks that he has.
Yes. And that's the point.
Love breathing. There is not a single living female demon slayer that does not use a feminine breathing style.
The breathing styles and how they tie into these characters' more feminine side is not misogynistic writing.
There are ways to tackle this argument.
Here's the thing. You're saying the way it ties into their feminine side. So are we saying that breathing styles are an inherent thing that is within you and it just must be that? Because she could not, Mitsuri could not use flame breathing. She created love breathing.
Mm-hmm.
She could have named it anything.
It's not like she gets empowered by love.
No.
It's not like she uses love in any way. She could have called it anything. She loves those pink meat buns or something. She could have called it that. It doesn't matter. It's all just a name, a title.
Considering that
flower breathing, it could have been anything. What is she using for flowers?
Most of Demon Slayer, the characters and their breathing styles have direct correlation to who they are thematically.
Okay, cool. Water. Fire. Hey, yo, we hit it. I stopped listening halfway, and then it just started already debunking them, and I was like, okay, I understood. I was like, what are you reacting for? And then it hit me like, thematically? Oh no, that's the word. And I almost put a theme emote, but I didn't, because I'm like, this month ain't gonna talk about themes. Oh, whoops. Thematically, we are done.
It ties into who they are thematically.
Hot lightning breathing, how does that tie into them thematically? Water breathing, how does that tie into them
Morris
thematically?
says, we never left.
Never for a second. And don't forget, we've never left. And we never will leave. We're stuck here forever. Rengoku, I guess you could say he has a fiery passion?
I wouldn't say that. How does Tanjiro's sun breathing?
Insect. How does that tie into her thematic personality? Sun breathing, like you said. Wind. Harsh winds blowing.
Sound. Like he has good hearing, but how does that tie into who he is as a person?
Boisterous, I guess. Loud and boisterous.
But music can be anything. Sound can be anything.
Snake. He just has a snake.
He has a snake motif.
Mitsuru, she just wants love.
Mist. How does that tie into his personality?
I guess you could say he's very low key and quiet and just sort of.
Mist can be overbearing.
It can be. Let's hear his examples. Stone breathing. Oh yeah, he's standing there. No, but he's very passionate and he's crying and stuff.
Yeah.
What is his argument? Love is obvious, but that doesn't thematically play into her character because she just yells, "I want love."
It's just a desire.
Yes.
Misogynistic, no. However, that means anybody can make whatever breathing, and she chose love.
Breathing styles.
Ptalkin says, Zenitsu should have got love breathing then.
Yeah. Really? That makes sense.
Have direct correlation to who they are thematically. Some examples could be Beast breathing, where Inosuke claims that
Yes, that's the automatically. He grew up in the mountains, so Beast.
Some examples could be. But yes.
He grew up in the mountains around beasts, so he goes beast breathing. Okay.
got raised by boars, fights like a wild animal.
Yes.
Rengoku with his flame breathing and his undying flame that he calls passion and the never give up attitude.
Hey, Tanjiro never. You do think
passion?
Do you think Missouri doesn't have passion? And
I give up. I'm cooked. I'm done. I ain't got no passion.
He literally said, "I'm done." He said, "I can't repair this. I'm cooked."
I guess Stone Man doesn't have passion. I guess Sound Man doesn't have passion. Okay.
Benai with his serpent breathing as he was raised by a serpent demon and received scars from
Uncle Ducky.
Yeah, well, that just goes up immediately.
Oh no, Uncle Ducky. But it ties in thematically, and two of his examples were he was raised by boars and he was raised by
Piece of Fate
snakes.
says, Undying, sir, you do know what happens.
He got this undying flame. Oh, that's them some updates.
Made his face similar to that of a snake and also carries around a pet snake with.
So
That's crazy.
if he's hiding his face, wouldn't that mean that wouldn't that speak to him being not ashamed, but he wants to hide it for what is it? Not embarrassment, not
Aesthetic.
shame. Just like I don't want to freak people out, or I don't want them to, whatever the case may be, he's hiding his face for a reason. But he's proud enough to be like snake breathing? It just doesn't make sense. Coat breathing 99 form. Thematic whirlwind. Secretive. Secretive is a way to put that. But yeah, it could just be that he doesn't want Love Girl to think lesser of him. It's a lot of things. No matter what the case may be, because like I said, I ain't read his backstory. And by the time his backstory is relevant, he was 3 chapters from dying. And I'm like, not for me, not today. Let's go.
Oroka Ducky.
Oroka Ducky. Oh man. How are you? Oh boy. That is crazy.
Chat worked 1 week and then it just didn't anymore.
Crazy.
Life. Why did it go to the beginning?
His backstory came way too late to matter, so it doesn't really matter if you didn't read the backstory like me. It was at 18 something.
Okay. Oh wow, we were real close to the end. Let's see.
And their breathing styles have direct correlation.
Yep, there we go. We were very close. So let's just pump that up like right there.
Passion and the never give up attitude. Obanai with his serpent breathing as he was raised by a serpent demon and received scars that made his face similar to that of a snake and also carries around a pet snake with him. Mitsuri, who is searching for love in the Demon Slayer Corps, has no...
That is a want.
They can make whatever they want, and she chose love because she is searching for love. She is not using love. There is no, like you could say the flowing pattern of water is why it's water breathing. But what is love? What is she using for love to call it love? She's just yelling love hurricane and then slashing. She could have called it anything. It's weird.
Ordinary people were willing to accept her for who she really was. Insect breathing, which ties into Shinobu being weaker than most of the other characters. So she had...
Insects are very strong.
Yeah, ants they can carry like 18 times their body weight.
Has to find her own way of fighting.
But you have to understand that what you're saying is the mangaka purposely wrote them in a way that she, as a woman, is inherently weaker, so she'll use that. This woman is searching for love, so she'll use love breathing.
And it's crazy when you think about how weak that she is, that she can't cut off a demon's head. When they do breathing to get the strength and speed of a demon, so her base is so weak that even when she's breathing to get the strength of a demon, she still can't cut off a demon's head.
Yeah, let's just say that the breathing pumps you up 3 to 5 times your normal strength. At 5 times her normal strength, she still
can't do it. And she's a Hashira. And they talked about doing the constant total concentration breathing and the gourd and blowing it up. So it's even better than just a normal breathing. And she still can't do it for all of these years. That's very weird.
The demons, much similar to how insects have to find alternative ways of combating predators so they do not die themselves, which typically includes poison. Giyu and Odokoraki, who are very calm.
Odorokaki?
We're about to get Orodokaki and Oroducky fighting.
My sources that I made it the fuck up.
Themselves, which typically includes poison. Giyu and Odokoraki, who are very calm.
Odokoraki
is he said it like 7 different
I was gonna say I hope it's a joke, but I don't think it's a joke.
Poison?
Because like, we did the same, well, at least I did the same thing with Yozokura family, but I just didn't care.
Yeah.
This is defending this. You presumably like this.
To make fun of it, of not knowing.
Giyu and Odokoraki, who are very calm in terms of personality, much like tranquil waters.
But it's also raging water.
Yes.
And Giyu has expressed heavy emotions
Chris
of
the Chill
yelling
said,
and stuff.
But her insect theme is that of a butterfly or a moth, maybe.
Yeah, I know.
And also, the other ones,
just bombs.
The other ones that he named, the sound, love, insect, these were all created. Water is a base form.
Yeah, that has nothing.
So that has nothing to do with them. It's not like they tried out different forms and this was the best for them because of their personality. Or maybe they did.
I don't know.
I don't know, but I don't want to say that speaks to their personality, because I hope that you go to the ones that don't speak to their personality and you try to bullshit something like Zenitsu. How does the lightning breathe speak to his personality? You are trying desperately with a lot of these, and some of them are just like he was born with a snake.
Tengen's noisy fighting style, as he's a person who loves to be seen.
He has a noisy fighting style.
Hey, Inosuke is noisy too. Zenitsu's noisy too.
Noisy fighting style, as he's a person who loves to be seen. He literally proclaims himself.
Then it should be sight and breathing.
Sources that I made
it should be light breathing.
Yeah, light breathing.
To be the god of Flash, misbreathing, which ties into
the god of Flash should use lightning breathing.
The god of Flash. And you go, yeah, obviously sound breathing. How does that make sense? What's the correlation between
mist? Mist.
Sound isn't always loud.
Be the god of Flash, misbreathing, which ties into Tokito's character, as his memory was very hazy, looking into the past.
He's a god. He done did it. He was writing it down just like mist. His memory. Okay, personality. He doesn't remember who he is. His memory's hazy, like mist.
Is amnesia a personality?
Thematically, it is.
Is wanting to be seen a personality?
Thematically, yes. Hey, yo. That's one of the craziest bars I've ever heard. This dude.
He uses mist breathing because his memories are kind of hazy.
But see, that's the thing. You don't, like I said, also keep in mind also.
He's just saying.
Triton A. Morris says, these are the people that ruin themes for the rest of us.
Dude, legitimately.
Man. His mom really said his memory's hazy.
His memories be foggy, yo. So misbreathing obvious. Are you saying it's not plausible?
He loves Persona 4, so misbreathing.
I guess there is some correlation to it. Yeah.
So if Miss was using water, would it then thematically represent an open body of water? What do you think thematically?
Oh, dude.
Hey, yo.
There's still 4 minutes left of this.
Hey, yo. We didn't get government. I think government might have been later.
Tokito's character, as his memory was very hazy, looking into the past, almost as if a mist was covering his memories.
He kept going. He really kept going. Hey, yo. So thematically, you are a misbreather because you can't remember.
Hey, you done had too many concussions, my boy. You are gonna be a misbreather.
Right hand cook. We're trying, but if it's cooking, his memory's foggy, so he's a misbreather.
YabbleGGMR says, this video is a 2-pack of ass.
A 2-pack, 6-pack, 12-pack. Oh, man. There's 4 minutes left, and I really don't want to do them. 3.5, really.
This man, he loves the ladies. He's a womanizer. Wood breathing. Well, I guess, but...
Well, she's promiscuous, eagle breathing. What? Okay.
All right, man.
I guess that's how you're cooking.
Yeah, I guess.
Maybe if the breathing styles were broken up into different archetypes, like element, beast, or animal, or nature, or something.
Yeah.
And special, I'll work on that one. Element is fire, water, thunder. Beast is boar, snake, insects. He's a predator, beast breathing. Yeah, I guess that's just how it works here.
Oh, your papers, they're not coming up. You're here illegally. You're an alien breather.
Fighting Gimmick says, hey Tanny, I just dropped a piece of trash on the ground, so I have trash breathing now.
Oh, man. Your parents are dead and you dug their grave. Earth breathing, I guess.
Man, but you just always rain on people's parades. You're such a downer. Rain breathing.
What? You always ruin everybody's fun. Stick breathing.
Oh, man. What the thematically?
I love cigars, flame breathing, scam breathing, Lincoln self breathing. You're a black person, your weakness is water breathing.
Oh.
Death breathing, dead clown. You're way too horny, lust breathing. You commit crimes, prison breathing.
Okay, man. Okay.
It's iconic breathing.
Or even sun breathing, which Yorichi uses, which he was the man who was born to defeat Muzan, and Muzan's greatest weakness is the sun. I can go on and on about how these characters and their breathing style
But Tanjiro can use it.
styles are tied into one another with their character, but you should get the point, as this is what happens in a lot of fictional
Cyberman Wolf
series.
says, DSP pignosis breathing.
Pignosis breathing.
So if you were to look at the breathing styles that you have listed, most of them only have 1 to 2 users that actually use the breathing styles on screen.
Yeah,
so
maybe that's a problem, don't you think? So we don't really have, like I said, is the love breathing, is that facilitated by the whip or no?
I think Gotoge did this to explore more breathing styles, and so you didn't have too many of overlapping breathing styles.
But they're functionally the same.
Yeah.
So what does it matter if they're overlapping breathing styles?
Yeah, you even marked that, oh, it's just an offshoot. So who cares if they all use water just in their own way? They just use different weapons with water or something.
You don't run into a situation where multiple Hashira share the same breathing style. Last thing I want to say...
But wouldn't it be better to just be like, this dude is faster with flame breathing and this dude is stronger? Just to show that there are different ways to do this? Because we don't know. We got 3 water breathers on screen alive, and we don't know what the difference between them other than Giyu is just stronger.
Orokodaki is just stronger than that.
About these more feminine breathing styles is that they are as formidable as most of the masculine breathing styles.
No, that's not his
That's not the
point, though.
point.
He didn't say they were weak. He said they, for some reason, the women have feminine ones. There's not a single girl that has like flame breathing, that has like earth breathing alive, as far as we know.
Thousand Master Sman Slayer says, straw man breathing.
Completely.
And they are taken seriously by even the upper ranked demons.
Who cares about whether they're taken seriously? That's not Max's point.
That's not the point.
The women, for some reason that we see, all have feminine breathing styles.
The ones that are alive.
All of this comes before we question how exactly breathing a certain way enables different abilities. It doesn't make any sense, and there's never an explanation for what the actual difference between each of them is.
I already covered this earlier in the video, but I just want to reiterate one more time that there is different ways to breathe depending on situation.
It's never explored in the series.
Yes. You've already said that there are different ways. I mean, that the mangaka didn't want to do different ones.
It's not like Tanjiro saw a Zenitsu and went, wow, you're breathing differently than the way I was taught. And he goes, this is how you have to do it for lightning.
Boars, big noses. So he breathes in and out from his nose.
Or in through his nose and out through his mouth.
Yeah, cannon breathing, gaslight breathing, A4.
Lying out my...
It's even in our real world. And in fiction, there are certain rules that the verse will set up and will try to remain consistent.
But they didn't set it up as his point.
That is the problem.
There's no setup of why they're different.
Yes.
We're just told they are different.
Nothing.
That's the problem. You have this hard of a time editing. Maybe cut back on all those memes.
Maybe.
Throughout it, which makes it a better or worse power system, depending on how well they follow those rules. And Demon Slayer is no exception to that, as they've remained very consistent with their rules. Why is there different versions of the breathing forms is because the Demon Slayers would experiment to make it more compatible with their own body and make it so that they can exert their...
You did not hear his point,
Yes.
which was, what is... The series never tells us why it's different.
Mm-hmm.
Just that they are different.
Swords breathing, first form, trust me, bro.
Full strength, as when they would use a breathing style that isn't compatible with their body, it heavily restricts how hard they can strike. Even the core breathing
Showcase
forms
that. Could you showcase that?
Yeah, Tanjiro.
were created to be more compatible with people that couldn't use sun breathing. So, for
why couldn't they?
Yes.
That's what you're not understanding. why couldn't Mitsuri use flame breathing? Because it has to be a reason. It has to be something in the way they breathe or something in their body that permits and doesn't permit it. Because it's not like Tanjiro couldn't learn water breathing. He just isn't very good at it because it's antithetical to what he is body-wise. Genya cannot learn it.
Manipulation breathing second form make everything up.
Make everything up.
Like sound breathing, for example, were created to be more compatible with users that weren't meshing well with thunder breathing.
In what way were they not meshing well, though? You can't just say they weren't. What did they do to make it more compatible with themselves? What? You're not thinking about these things. You're just going, it's on the page that it was changed to make it more compatible, and they did. How? Why? When? What?
Made it the up.
There are exceptions.
My source is that I made it the fuck up. My source is that I made it the fuck up.
Up.
Shinobu Kocho's insect breathing, which utilizes poison instead of actual blade attacks to take down enemies. Because she's too weak to decapitate demons. The girl is too weak to cut off a demon's head.
No, stop. Do not try to make this a whole misogynistic thing.
That was his entire point.
Yes.
And now the girl, the one person that is too weak to cut off the demon's head, the two people that are too weak are women.
Aoi was just like, I passed the test, but I can't. I'm cooked.
I'm too weak.
Even with breathing, which enhances your strength to the strength of a demon. This was explained. But they're still too weak to cut off a demon's head with the special blade. Seems kind of weird.
The two women.
Because only a woman could not cut off a demon's head. You are forgetting that there are multiple male characters that straight up cannot use breathing.
Yes, he can't use breathing. That's different from from being able to use breathing and not being able to cut off their heads.
Yeah, being physically too weak to do so.
That's what the issue is. He cannot use breathing. Whatever the reason why he can't use breathing, that's whatever the reason why he can't use the breathing.
Gay, aka Big Sleeper, says, misogyny breathing first form can't cut off a demon head.
Don't try to make this your point as you've been making this your point.
They are completely incompatible with breathing itself, or there are characters where...
You're gonna read that?
Yeah, I'm gonna read that. He made it a point. I tried swinging a sword, but it made my heart pound and I couldn't even do it 10 times. I would have been like you if I could have been. I wanted to be strong swordsman and protect others' lives with my own body, but it was impossible for me. I'm sorry to have to ask you to do such difficult things. Was that Ginyu or? No, that's
Genya's brother.
Or was that?
Who? What are you talking about?
Or is that just the
That's
Future
the
Man?
that's Future Man.
No, I'm saying, is that Future Man talking, or is that Genya?
I don't know.
I don't see the arrow pointing to Future Man.
I couldn't say anything to that. It has to be Future Man there.
But even still, this is about not being able to breathe properly. It's not being able to cut off a demon's head, which is what the point is. We don't know what the not the compatibility, but the process to breathe is. So we can't be like, I see now why this person can't do concentration breathing, because we simply don't know. But this woman does not have the strength,
the physical strength,
while being a Hashira, while having a Nichiri blade,
while being one of the best breathers, like actual can breathe people,
while doing total concentration breathing, while doing the gourd thing, which is what they said that all Hashira can do, while doing the total concentration breathing for all day and all night. She can't do it. What makes people incompatible with breathing? What?
This guy has a physical ailment. That's why he's not strong enough. That woman is just not strong enough. This guy disease, whatever frailty. Let's just call it demon cancer. He has demon cancer and he cannot physically do things because of
He
it.
hungers for hose says. Yoroko rubber ducky bath breathing forth warm soap suds.
Yoroko rubber ducky.
Or there are characters where they couldn't even become strong enough to even be considered to go to final selection.
He's like 9! A full-grown woman isn't strong enough to do not.
Act like that only a woman in Demon Slayer cannot cut off demons' heads.
They couldn't! Yes! An actual, you are a demon slayer and you cannot slay demons in the way that is supposed to be done. Strictly because you're a woman, because the only other person that's like that is also a woman.
Or that they are physically weak is just being disingenuous.
It's not! It's what happened in the series! This woman cannot do it. This other woman cannot do it. Despite the ability to breathe. Despite the ability to total concentrate breathe.
It was the Future Man who said that.
Yeah. I figured as much.
But yeah, he is
demon cancer.
Especially when you consider one of the
It's my
physically
demon
strongest
age.
characters in the verse is Mitsuri, who, with even just one arm...
But she couldn't flame breathe.
But you have to realize, one of the weakest in the verse is also a woman. You can't use strength to just go, it's a woman, and ignore the woman being weak as well. The two women. She passed the test and
Fighting Gimmick says. What's holding back Genya from using a style because he's more than capable when he can literally eat demons and assume their powers with a passive ability of regeneration?
Hey, his body just can't shut up. That's the answer.
The weak demon slayer dude. Here he is. What's his name? He was in the game.
Who? Let me see his
This
face.
man. No, come on. Give me.
Oh, that guy.
Murata. He's out there. He in the volume extras. They said that he's so weak that he can't even produce the water. But he's out there on the field, and Aoi was just like, I passed the test, but I can't be out there, so I'm here cooking and cleaning and training.
Too weak.
Because I'm too weak. They let that dude out there. They let Zenitsu out there, who, for all intents and purposes, who, if he does not pass out, he is dead. But Aoi's not out there. But Shinobu has to make up a whole new fighting technique that she just doesn't share with people in order to fight.
This is part 1?
Yes, it's part 1.
Was able to rip off Muzan's arm. In the Swordsmith Village arc, she was able to catch a wood dragon that was flying at her at high speeds.
Yes, she's very strong. And another woman is very weak.
Yes.
That's weird.
Mm-hmm.
The two women that are physically too weak to do, the two people that are physically too weak, that are demon slayers, legitimate, you are in the demon slayer core, demon slayers, cannot do it because they are physically too weak. Yes. And they both happen to be women.
Mm-hmm.
And was stated to have 8 times the muscle density of a man. In a way, it is more empowering for Shinobu to use her intelligence to defeat these demons rather than using brute strength.
Shinobu's poison uses wisteria flower, a type of plant that demons are.
You can't get into this in 20 seconds.
No,
it has to be a to be
two.
continued.
Even if the demons don't die from this poison, it does render them weak and slows their ability to regenerate. So why the
Hey folks, viewer mail time again. Oh, here's one from Sally, age 14.
To be continued in part 2.
Keep those cards and letters coming.
So in his community tab, he goes, for those asking when part 2 is coming up, I don't even know. I haven't started with college, and work is taking up a lot of my time. I'm also taking a minute or so I feel completely fresh when making the video. The more I'm burnt out equals lower quality points in editing. That's what they said a day ago.
Okay.
I also took a look at the comments, and as always with something like this, it is a lot of Demon Slayer isn't the worst. It is not the best. I like Demon Slayer because of this.
Yeah.
Zenitsu is my favorite character, and there's so much of that. And there's also
Triton A. Morris says, "Wait, this wasn't lower quality points."
Even though one was
they
completely
were
wrong.
fresh, and they made these points.
But there are others. comments.
Oh yeah. There are others that are going. Wait, no, what? 1, 11, 22. Dude, that's a bonus page. I get that it's
Configuration
not
updated
supplemental
successfully.
information, but it's not explained in the story itself. So how can you say that somebody? So I can see how someone could say that it's not explaining the story, kind of, because the story doesn't explain it. The author decided to throw it in bonus content, and he responded going, there are plenty of instances that suggest that breathing styles literally do not create the elements.
And that's why it's a point of contention amongst the fandom that didn't see that extra page.
Yes.
Which was also Mac's point.
Did this try-hard Soylent just say every breathing form shares the same attack? Thank you so much.
That's not
Try-hard Soylent.
That's not what it... Tanny heard lightning.
You did hear lightning.
Oh, Wisteria. Yeah, you gotta... Yeah, Tundra heard lightning. Like, people would have to assume it's real.
Yeah, I'm going to have to look into this about everything that he replied to.
Yep.
Because he does do it quite a lot.
All right, I guess we're out of here too.
Alrighty.
Yep. We are mostly back. We should be back. Viewer request month, starting up soon. Get your nominations in. We'll open voting next week. And then we'll do voting for 2 weeks. And depending on if we have to watch something, read something that's kind of long, we'll do it in November or December. But we will watch whatever, we will play whatever, we will read whatever within reason.
Obviously.
Yeah, we're not gonna go through like a history of One Piece 8-hour thing, and it's just like you gotta read all 1100.
Here's this video
chapters.
on Metal Gear Solid 4. You gotta play 4 games.
Yeah,
I can't do that.
Yeah, well, you can probably watch people play it, but even
I would
then,
rather play it.
Yeah.
What do we think of 100 Girlfriends Who Really, Really Love?
It's on my list, but I haven't read it yet.
Yeah.
Chris the Chilled says,
It's interesting.
Peep Dragon Ball Daima for the on time.
I did. I watched it.
What did you think?
It is a lot of... I'll say this. At one point, they go...
GamerAth5 says, can you guys check out what Triggered posted on his community page?
Yeah, keep going. I'll check that out.
They go, you got the Demon Realm. And it's all about the Demon Realm. And they go, Namekians came from the Demon Realm. It's like...
Oh yeah, Eric
really?
was telling me about that.
They also just go, hey, Kamino Kai, you guys defuse? And they go, yeah, we had Boo absorb us, and then we defused in his body, and he spit us out. So they unretconned the retcon that they did before.
And then kind of re-retconned it.
Because it could have always just been the goo inside of Boo just defused them, but then it was like, nah. It was the non-Patara, the fusions, the Kais, the gods. That's what the reason is. But it was like, but it was also that thing before as well.
Dragon Ball Tars are fuming over IGN 7 out of 10 because he rage quit off. Rage quit off that.
I don't care. Care.
Yeah, I really don't care. Yeah, just spent $100. Well, I don't care. $100. I don't care.
But yeah, they rock up and just go, hey, the people that beat Boo could come over here to the demon world and kill us. Let's just make them kids. And then they rock up and this dude, they got a Namekian there, old Namekian. It's just like, oh man, the Dragon Balls, they're all over the world. What are we gonna do?
Says, plot hole is that Fat Boo become good due to Shenron because they asked Wish from Shenron.
Hey, it's this Dragon Ball GT.
So he goes, oh man, the Dragon Balls all over the world. It's gonna take forever. And he goes, no. And he holds up his hand and all the balls just come to him. And then they just go, oh no, they were recently used, so they're made of stone. He goes, no. And he just goes, boom, and then they're good now. And then they make the wish. It's stupid. And they don't care.
Yeah.
It's just like,
who doesn't care? Them or the fans? Who's not caring?
Toriyama didn't care.
Okay.
It was, we need to make them get a wish. So they're in the human world. We need to get them the Dragon Balls. They can just do it. We, for some reason, said that the balls were recently used. Oh, also the Demon World also has a set of balls, but they're guarded and they can't really be used for some reason. But instead of just going, let's just not make them used recently, they go, no, they have been used recently, but we can just reverse that. Sick.
Sounds like we're gonna have to do a because reasons on this at some point.
It sounds. Hey, I'll watch it now that Stephanie Nadolny is back because
And
she
she's
is
killing
my
it.
Goku.
Yeah, Kid Goku.
She is my Goku. I know what I said. Can we make a video on Boogie about the Lolcott live camping trip and Boogie faking cancer? He's much more of a Lolcott, but he's a lot sadder.
Yeah.
All of his stuff has an air of sadness about it because he's just like, I was abused.
Chris the
I'm
Joke
doing
says,
my best.
Step into the Dama, Dragon Ball, Daima,
This is like, oh, I'm so sad. Nobody likes me. I used to be popular.
Yeah.
It's sad. That's the whole thing. DSP.
Don't buy into crypto, guys, because I lost all that money I made. But I'm doing my best.
Phil is a lot funnier.
Yeah. It's the smugness, the arrogance of Phil that makes him great. This current arc is crazy.
It is pure cooking. Did you see recently he was on Kick and he's in the comments and he's just like, well guys, for those of you who care, they discontinued the Krabby Patty in my area, so I can't do it.
So what's the goal?
I don't know what he's gonna do. But he was just like, no.
He did say there was a secret second DSP tries it, and it said it was a tie-in meal as well that he was gonna try. But it's
gonna be the when the Addams Family has.
Yep, that's what it was. He stinks.
It's the best. He was in his comments. He just goes, yep, and yep, here it is right here. The Krabby Patty meal that I was supposed to do for a DSP tries it already ended here, and YKU can't get it anymore. It didn't last 4 days.
Jay says, no T23 today?
No!
Fighting Gimmick says, speaking of DSP on Kick, did you guys see the hilarious amount of clip titles on there?
Yes.
Oh yeah.
They he's gonna have a problem.
And then he's gonna go over to watch his racist moments. And, dude, Phil said something recently which just told me that if he could, he would be Soph and Mask Off. He went, it was during, of course, his champion stream, which is just him the saddest gambling away his money. He goes, all I want is FU money, you know, the type of money where you could say your opinion and not have to worry about, and it's just like, oh yeah, okay, I see what you mean. So you're not who you portray to be. This is just a facade in order to keep the money rolling. Because the second you got that FU money, if you got $2 million today,
that you don't need donations or anything,
you would just go,
he got some opinions about Anthony Goldstein and Ravenclaw.
And then this month, he goes, I just want them to see the hilarity of those racist moments and just laugh their balls off. Don't spoil it. Because he still finds that funny. He wants to be that guy.
Duty goes, I just called the Wendy's right next to Phil's house. They have the Krabby Broside Phil, I called one of the 2 Wendy's where you search for Renton, Washington, Wendy's. They state they are still doing the Krabby Patty special. So Phil, I don't know if he's just lying.
Yeah, he doesn't want to do it.
People were saying that he was just looking for DoorDash and they didn't have it on DoorDash, so he's just like, it's cooked. DSP is snapping at his chat because they are not telling him how to set up a restream. This was 3 minutes ago. He's doing it now. All right.
I guess I know what I'm watching until
times.
AEW Wrestle Dream later today.
Can we really quick check in on our boy?
Which boy?
Really quick. Let's give him some T23. We've been away for a second.
Come on!
We've been away for a second. It was just, and I'm curious.
It better be something good or we're not.
Plus, we got one more stream and then it's a DSP stream, so. Episode 19, yeah!
Let's see if there's even anything worthwhile going on in T23 land.
There's always something worthwhile.
That just seems regular. Yep, that just seems typical.
That is T23 to a T. He just, that's normal, that's typical, and then you got this. The third thing, it's just like, the f is this? Normal, typical, whatever. Oh.
He's
Fighting Gimmick says, "It's my T23 time. It's T23 time."
It truly is. Never gonna stop the grind.
Ever wonder how would Dragon Ball Z be if Goku and Vegeta
This will Vegas plug in.
were reborn with their memory and power?
Never
Last
for
time
a second, T23. Not for a second did I wonder that.
I made a video like this. I did what if Goku was reborn with his memory and power. I made it where he's just a kid.
Lily is about to get it with that, and
June the King is on the docket. He goes, it's gonna be in a week or two.
Yeah.
Born with all of that, and that video was a pretty great video. If you haven't seen it, I suggest you go check it out. But now I decided to do something different and add Vegeta into this, since Goku and Vegeta are one of the best duo when it comes to anime too. Just imagine how badass it'll be if those two were reborn with their memory and power. How much Dragon Ball Z would change, how they would manage to do everything they can to make sure they don't repeat their mistake. A child whose power is insensible when in
Can we hear his Nappa voice?
Yeah,
he went and handled
Oh.
That's what I was looking for. That's 100%.
When the edibles hit.
That's 1,000,000,000% what I was looking for. That's all I needed.
To surround the entire Bardock has returned, and he saw that Frieza's men begun to surround the entire planet. On Vegeta's, where am I? With Nappa and Raditz, as he was very confused and said, where am I? What is this? Vegeta, did you hit your head or something? What's wrong? What's wrong with you? Nappa, you're alive. Oh my god. I'm sorry I killed you before.
No, we wouldn't be sorry.
Did you hit your...
Wait.
I'm sorry I killed you before. What? Did you hit your head? What's wrong with you? Vegeta, I think you might want to snap out of it. What is going on?
Wait a second, go back. Could you go back?
Vegeta,
where is his scouter?
I want to snap out of it. What is going on? Why are they acting so weird? And why am I a child again? In this place. I remember it. This is where I was before Planet Vegeta exploded. He's here. He wants to be the one to take over Planet Vegeta. Everyone was first confused on Vegeta's request.
What?
As
He'll need to scream, but it'll have to be a kid Vegeta scream.
No, he's not.
Vegeta noticed that they're all fixated on Goku transforming to a Super Saiyan God. So to flex, he looked towards them and went and transformed to his Super Saiyan God.
Alright, yep. Why? Why try?
Why does he get the lines and Goku doesn't?
And all fixated on Goku transforming to a Super Saiyan God.
There was a render of kid, God, Vegeta
Look,
for
Father,
some
this is
reason.
the power you're shocked to see that Kakarot had. I also have it too. What? Son, it makes no sense. How do you have this power? What the hell? Who the hell are you and Kakarot? It makes absolutely no sense that both you guys are very high.
Keep
in power
saying it
level.
makes no
On top of
sense.
that, you guys could transform to this red-haired form? I'll explain it everything. It's called a Super Saiyan God.
I'll
Kakarot and I
explain
were able to transform to this form. Actually, what if I tell you might not believe me, but oh well.
Is this Kaioken?
And he powered
It's
up the
okay to
Kaioken
be
times
confused.
20 to his Super Saiyan Blue. Went and he powered up the Kaioken times 20 to his Super Saiyan Blue.
Baloo.
Diamond, Platinum, Black Frieza.
To gas for air. Goku's power was so fast he couldn't even witness it with his
power
naked
was
eyes.
so fast?
He then got right back up, but saw Goku was nowhere to be found. As he looked up and saw Goku was there, and with that, Goku went and hit him in his head. as he punched him in his face.
Does he seem
Frieza
kind
fell
of
right to his
lethargic
ground.
here? He's like, and then Goku hit him in the face. And
everyone was amazed and shocked on seeing Goku has arrived after 22 years. They have last time seen when he was just a baby, but now he's back as he's holding his own against Frieza. Frieza then got right
He
back
does
up.
sound
He saw
tired.
that Goku was already staring towards him and said, "What's the matter, Frieza? I thought you had more power than this." "Ha! You have no idea, monkey. The power I got, it is beyond your comprehensive." Is that
comprehensive? Did he say beyond your comprehensive?
No idea, monkey. The power I got, it is beyond your comprehensive. Is that so?
Can't spell hope without Ho says. Man Sparkling Zero looks like ass glad I didn't buy it. Adrian Rusco says. His power is so fast. He must be a lightning breeder.
Well,
how is the Frieza alive in that goal? That's always the mystery of these what ifs.
Frieza. Very well then. Behold, you monkeys.
That's strange.
Look at the wire, it's gold, it's shoulder.
Yeah. He's not mixing beats anymore.
Frieza has now gone and transformed to his black form, a power which he was able to achieve after training for 10 years straight. After losing to Goku, Frieza has done nothing but train to make sure he's able to overpower everyone, and now he has achieved a form that will allow him to do so. This is Black Frieza. Now that you have seen this form, you can call it Black Frieza. Are you guys ready to lose now? I'm gonna start by making you into mince meat. Damn, his power.
Damn!
By making you into mince meat. Damn. Damn.
Damn!
Oh my goodness.
It's always a thing or two.
Man, why is he so funny? Is that your own?
Unknown XL says. Beerus, the MF god of destruction, is saying damn?
Oh, what is this?
It's Ultra Instinct
You're
mixed
right
with
about that,
Ultra
Vegeta.
Ego.
You guys have no idea what we're capable of. Then how about we show you my full power?
What? What's the name, y'all? Is this the Super Saiyan 3 Rose Time Breaker from Heroes?
What's the name?
What is that fire? Oh, yep, that is, because I can see the mask. Oh, and the freaking water stamp.
Broly Rose, Super Saiyan Rose 3 God. Damn Goku. Spicy Rose. Super Saiyan 3 Roseanne. Super Rose 3 Unleashed. Fiery Red Broly. Super Saiyan Breaker. Super Saiyan Rose 3. Super Saiyan Rose Unleashed.
What do you think? You can call this Rose 3. I was
Rose
able to
3,
achieve
okay.
this power thanks to the Grand Priest. Not bad, but the power I have, you will sweat when you see it. Ready, Vegeta? Alright then, I see you don't want to do it around Kakarot. Hell no, they killed Piccolo. I'm gonna make sure I kill them too. Well then let's do it! But as both Goku and Vegeta begun to power
Rose
up
3
and
is
use
fine.
their true power.
So it's
both have it?
Yeah, because his is Ultra Ego with Ultra Instinct mixed into it, and Goku's gonna be Ultra Instinct with Ultra Ego mixed.
And then are they gonna fuse? Because I thought this was the fusion.
Goku and Vegeta, after training with the Grand Priest, were able to combine their true nature.
He sounds so dead.
He sounds so tired. Are you okay? Goku T23.
Goku and Vegeta, after training with the Grand
Combine
Prix,
their forms and he gave up.
Goku and Vegeta, after training with the Grand Priest, were able to combine their true nature of Ultra Ego and Ultra Instinct. This is Ego Instinct Goku and Vegeta.
Ego Instinct Goku and Vegeta. You can see his eyebrows!
Didn't want any of this smoke. Trust me. Are you ready to die? Didn't want any of this smoke. Trust me. When you guys see this power, you will run away.
If you're not a subscriber,
and unsubscribe as well.
Oh, why is Cell there?
Crap, man.
Unknown XL says, he don't want this smoke, Goku.
What?
I'm not
Pizza Steak says, Goku and Vegeta look like they use Twitter. T23 must have found your channel. That's why he's so sad.
Oh, man. We're his biggest fans.
Honestly, we might just be. Okay.
Omni King! We knew that your power
No
is strong.
smoke!
That's why we had a trump card. That is right. We spent trading non-stop.
That is right.
That's why we had a trump card. That is right. We spent trading non-stop with our Grand Priest for a 10-year streak. And we also got our potential unleashed. Do you know how strong we are? We have the power known as the definition of a god transformation.
The power known as the definition of a god transformation.
What? Instead of talking. Very well then, Kakarot. Let's do it. What? True definition of God Key user. As Goku and Vegeta
That's the actual
began to
name?
power up the key, and they screamed.
What is them nipples?
What is with the watermark?
The anatomy is all over the watermark. All over
that
the place.
nipple placement is outrageous.
Just don't have the nipples. Oh my god, what are those nipples?
The nipples are crazy.
banned. Gone forever.
Whoa! We're still going? What the we just saw the form, so... The music is... It's like
Goku and Vegeta has now used the true meaning of God Key as they were able
That wasn't even what you called it the first time.
to master to its fullest and now transform to a form known as Super Saiyan Orange.
It couldn't even.
Confidence that he
As
had in
Vegeta
there.
gets stronger, his pants are less and his nipples move down.
He had no
Super Saiyan Orange, I guess.
Now use the true meaning of God Key as they were able to master to its fullest and now transform to a form known as Super Saiyan Orange.
Super Saiyan Orange?
Is that cool, everybody?
Where their hair has become orange, but their power exceeds Ultra Instinct and Ultra Ego, as they managed to cap all the power that they had into one key, and it becomes Super Saiyan Orange. You are gonna die right here. Are you ready to see what we're capable of? We have done nothing but train to make sure we master this power.
J underscore
And it's
Sniper,
over.
aka Big Sleeper,
Let's see if it's gonna
says.
attack us here.
Orange Soda
Before the
Goku.
Grand Priest can
Fighting
explain,
Gimmick says.
Goku is in
Divine
front of him,
Fanta, True
and he
Essence
kicked him
Goku.
in his face.
It's
Getting Grand-
always he
Once it comes
always
to
does
wisdom,
this where it leads up to this big transformation. It's just like, oh, you can't defeat me, and then they fight for a second, and then they do a big blast, and it's over, and then it's just wrap up. He always does this.
And the best thing about this power is it is able to go beyond what it is right here. They will go into a Super Saiyan 2, 3 state. It all depends on how much they
Pizza
master
Steak
this
says,
power.
True
As
divine
Goku and
nipple
Vegeta were able
instinct.
to now retain the same power they had when they went right back to their timeline, and now everything
Chris
is
the
back
Chilled
in
says,
order. And this
Super
is what I
Saiyan
believe would
Fanta.
have happened if Goku and Vegeta were sent back and reborn with their memories and power. Thank you very much for watching and supporting this series, as I had a blast making this series for you guys, and I hope you guys really enjoy it and like it. If you do, please drop a like for me in this video. It'll show that you guys appreciate this hard work. And please click the bell so you'll be the first time when the next episode comes out. If you haven't already, join my Discord server yet too.
Nami the
Join
Goat
it if you
says,
want to RP.
maybe
And
y'all
don't
are him
forget to
biggest
check out my
fan, y'all know
backstory
his
hero,
script.
LZ.
Did he say an RP?
My Discord server yet too. Join it if you want to RP. And
RP in the Discord as probably the heroes of these series.
Oh,
don't forget to check out my backstory hero of Z. Check it out. Trust me, it is one amazing and badass story. You're gonna really love it.
C says, the music is so loud.
Yo. It wasn't even the same height. And then
what are all of these?
Royal Blue. I
Can't spell hope without ho says. G23 Discord read along.
Wait, that one before, was it?
Okay, that's it.
Oh man, there's only one king.
Only ever been, only ever will be.
Man, God bless him. I hope that he gets the sleep or whatever it is to get out of this funk that he was in.
Because he was not sounding right.
No, he wasn't.
This is not T23 time.
All right, that's it. We're big done now.
Yep. I played a little bit of Inscription. I played it on a work night, so I couldn't play. There's too many
Nami
new
the
games
Goat
because I'm about to
says,
play Metaphor.
Join the Discord and become T23DA and T23BG.
BG23.
I'm afraid to, honestly, because
Oh,
I don't want to know that he knows about us or not.
And
I want to leave that ambiguous.
I feel like I would LARP and role play.
Yes, and I don't want to.
And
it seems mean.
I'd just be making fun of them for doing something they actually enjoy.
And it wouldn't, and it'd be obvious. Just like, you know, it's obvious to make fun of them, but it's just like, hey, we're all friends here, we're all good. Just like, yeah, another Goku transformation, hooray! It's like,
it feels wrong. There's like a disconnect between the content and me just doing this just to do it.
That's it. That's it. We're done.
Like I said, we should be back, but who knows? Wednesdays, Thursdays, days, and this cat killing me with these cords. All right,
stop coming to these.
Stop coming to these. Come in like 2 weeks for the DSP though.
Yeah, absolutely. Go to those. Those are always fun.
We
gotta figure out. I don't know what rotation we're on. I don't know what's going on.
Yeah, we should just start over. Just whoever. We'll both look for an old and new feel like what we like. I feel like a 10 for this. I feel like an 8 for my old one and a 10 for my new one, and we'll see what we feeling.
I've already said what I want, so we'll see about that.
Yep. All right.
I'll look for a new one.
Enjoy the rest of y'all Saturday.
Oh man.
Wednesdays are not for DSP. I wish.
Fighting Gimmick says, Wednesdays are for DSP?
In 2 weeks, Saturday.